What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to JJD TV. I'm your host, Josh, and we are back. Feels like we're hanging out with a bunch of friends after summer break, and the main event is here, man. Marco Rosa's first match in charge of Borussia Dortmund. The starting lineups are already out. We'll get into that. But welcome back. I'm sure we'll be having some of the OGs back in the chat today after a nice summer break. I hope everyone's doing good. I hope everyone's excited for today's match. I'm absolutely buzzing, man. I can't wait to see what's up today. It's a very tasty lineup as well, and it's been a lot of fun over the summer doing some other content and whatnot, but it's back, man. Borussia Dortmund is back under a new manager, and I'm very curious to see how it's going to go. So we'll get into quickly the chat to say hello to some of our friends that it's been so long since we've seen them last. And of course, we need to take a look at this starting 11, but hopefully you guys are doing well today. And if you guys are looking for the match, you can watch it on, I'm assuming, was it YouTube, like Dortmund's YouTube channel and their Facebook, and maybe even Twitch. There's a few different ways you can watch it. It also might depend on the regions you're in. But yeah, we're back for a watch along, guys. I hope you guys are doing good. Put in the comments how excited you are to see this team get back, man. A lot of hype around Marco Rosa, a lot of hype around this team. And we'll bring up the tasty little lineup. But I'm seeing some hellos to Josh, and say hello to Producer T. He's in the background. He wouldn't miss this for today. He's excited. Luke Carrier says, great lineup. It will be a good look. It is going to be a good look, man. I'm very excited to see it. This is taken right from Borussia Dortmund's page themselves. There is one exception. Marwin Hitz will start net. So from looking at this, and let me know what you guys think, but I'm expecting a 4-2-3-1. That was a formation I've told you guys many times. I believe Marco Rosa is going to try to implement that in the 4-3-3. The way I see this going today is Hitz will be in net. Right back will be Paslak. The two center backs, two young guns. We want center backs. We know how it is, and it is Collins. And Collins is someone that I'm very much looking forward to seeing play today. I know you guys are too. You guys have been asking about him for a long time, and this is going to be the first real look for a lot of you guys taking a look at Collins today. Really highly rated youngster coming up, and in a position that we kind of need. He'll be beside Taki as well, and the two center backs, two young guns there. Left back will be Schultz. Again, we don't know what's going to happen with his future, but he's going to get a look here today. The two CDMs in this team is going to be Gerpuz as well as Dahoud. My boy Dahoud is back, man. Excited to watch him. Brandt will be playing as the 10 is my assumption. It's going to be a good look for him. It's his best position. We all know this. There seems to be some type of love going between Brandt, going between Marco Rosa. So I'm excited to see him get a real look today. Lazio is still sniffing around him. I don't know what the future of Brandt is going to have in store, but it seems to be like it's going to be under Marco Rosa here at Borussia Dortmund. On the wings, we got Ansgar Knauf on the right. I assume Marco Reus on the left. And then Tigges up front in a 4-2-3-1. And Gio Reyna's rocking the new number 7 kit. So I thought that would be another interesting fact for you guys. So if you're just joining us, guys, be sure to drop a like. You guys have already been killing it. We're already at 22. So if you haven't done so yet, drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and let me know out of this starting 11 who you're most excited to watch today. Because for me, I'm always excited to watch Dahoud and Royce. You guys know that. But I'm very curious to see how Brandt gets on today. We've been seeing it all over social media, what he's been basically looking like, that little bromance, the fact that he may not even be here for very long. We don't know, but this is a good opportunity for him to play, and I'm assuming his preferred position in a 4-2-3-1 against probably a pretty good opposition to get his feet wet. And of course, Collins is the other one. Collins is another one I'm looking forward to seeing today. A lot of hype around this player. I'm excited to see it. So let me know in the comments what you guys think, and I will get into some of the comments right now to see how you guys are doing after being away for so long. It's nice to be back, and hopefully you guys are excited to see a good season come up here for Borussia Dortmund. But Josh, is there any thoughts on the Haaland rumors to Chelsea? Do you think BBB will accept, and why? I don't think BBB will accept. I do not think that Haaland will leave. I've been pretty clear about that, and I desperately hope it doesn't happen. I don't think that we can replenish him in time. I'm assuming if we sell him, there goes our title hopes. It's as simple as that. I don't think Dortmund are going to do it. I think they're going to keep him, and Chelsea can do what they want, but even if they offered someone like 130, I don't want Hudson-Odoi. I don't want Tammy Abraham. Keep Tammy Abraham as far away as this club as possible. Ziyech is an interesting look, but all in all, man, I want Haaland here for next year because I believe this team can compete. But I'm desperately nervous if Haaland ever left because it's too big of a hole to fill. What's up, Josh? Delaney might be sold for 20 mil. I think Sabitzer transfer makes a lot more sense because he brings a lot more to the table than Delaney. It's interesting. But in my opinion, guys, if Delaney is sold, I don't think we're going to replace him. And here's why. We need to raise some money. We have potentially Daniel Malen coming in. We have potentially a winger coming in. It could be Leon Bailey. It could be Diaby. We need to raise a good chunk of funds to be able to afford these players. And we have depth in the midfield. We have Chan. We have Witsel coming back, who's basically like a new signing now because he did not play last year. On top of that, we also have Dahoud and Bellingham, who basically thrived. And we also have Toby Rashel, who can potentially come up if needed. There's a lot of bodies in that midfield. Brandt can drop deeper as well. So I'm assuming if they look to sell Delaney, sell Nico Schultz, they already sold Sancho. With that money, they may be able to go in and buy a Diaby, who we definitely need for wingers for Marco Rosa. They may buy Daniel Malen, who can allow us to play the two-striker formation. And they may sign a center back like Halstenberg or St. Just. So in my opinion, if Delaney does leave, it's to raise money for other positions, and we go off the depth that we already have at the CDM, the position. That's what I am assuming. Let me know what you guys think. Lucas here says, hello, Josh. Can you tell me the starting 11 for this game and the tactic? Well, the starting 11's on the board. I did go through the positions for you guys to see who's playing where. It is a 4-2-3-1. Brandt will be playing as the 10. And I think the tactic is to get a feel for this team, especially some young guns like Knauf. Knowing that we're low on the wing position, this is a huge opportunity for Ansgar Knauf to staple his way into the team. Another big look for Collins. I'm not overly convinced that Paslak or Schultz have a future here, but they're going to be on the two fullback positions today. And then, of course, we get to see some quality with Royce and Dahoud in the squad as well. Think it makes it pretty fun, and I'm really excited to see it. Renz is here. Renz, how you doing, my man? He says, football is back. Renz joined us. He's a PSV supporter. Gave a little bit of talk about potentially Malen coming to the team, so good to see him here today. It is on YouTube. It is super exciting, man. Unbiased Man City fan says this is a pretty easy preseason game for BBB. It should be. It should be. But yes, hits is starting though. That was a late. This is just a graphic that Producer D took, but hits will be in net. That's the only different here. British Empire Seer says, let's go. How are you, Josh? I'm excited, man. I'm excited to have you guys back. I'm excited for this upcoming season. Year 2 here at JJD TV. And we got an awesome fan base. We have an awesome viewership here. And I'm just really buzzing to see what's going to get going for the season. And really take a look at some of the young players who I want to watch, as well as Marco Rosa, man. And yes, Mario, Gio Reyna, the new number 7, putting on for the Americans. It is pretty cool, man. It is pretty cool. Gio does get the number 7, and a lot of you guys seem to be loving it. But yeah, if you guys are just joining us, be sure to drop a like. Subscribe if you're new. Let me know if you are a new subscriber, because we got a great viewers here on the channel, and I think a lot of them are licking their lips to watch our team get going today. Some of you guys are excited to watch Brandt today. I'm excited to watch Collins. I'm excited to watch Collins as well. If Gio gets the number 7, Malen won't come. I think Malen will take the number 17. And here's why. Holland wore it when he first came here, and Aubameyang wore it. So there's a little bit of goals that come in that number 17 kit. So my assumption is if Malen comes, he will be taking the number 17. But yes, hits is starting. You guys can watch the game on Dortmund's YouTube, their Facebook, Twitch. British Empire said we need to sell Holland. 175 million is not a small sum. I disagree. If we sell Holland, we kind of, I don't know, we kind of screw ourselves, man. We lost Sancho. We can't afford to lose Holland. On top of that, we won't replace him with the quality of goals that we need to compete for the season. I don't really, to me personally, and everyone's got a different opinion, but I'd rather lose Holland next year if that release clause is true. Because again, guys, we don't know the details. And without knowing the details behind what Holland could potentially cost, we can't really make assumptions about it. But if the release clause is real and it's 75, I'd still rather lose him for 75 next season than 175 this season, because his replacement will cost 30 mil no matter what, and we need him this season to compete for the title. That's my opinion. Jordan Hunt is here, says, hey Josh, we'll probably sort out the Malen transfer once Sancho is officially a Man United player. I agree. I said, knowing how Dortmund like to do business, my opinion is that once the deal is pretty much done, the medical's done, and Sancho is a United player, expect some movement, man. And I'm hoping Malen is one of it. Lucas says, if Holland leaves, should BBB sign Veghorst, Andre Silva, or Greenwood? Well, Andre Silva joined Leipzig, so it won't be him. We definitely don't need and or want Greenwood. In my opinion, he's not developed enough. He's not good enough. He will cost too much money. I have a bias against English players. You guys know that. Weghorst, for almost a temporary option, would be an excellent shout. I'm assuming you could get him relatively cheap. Bundesliga experience, great goal scorer. Can't complain too much about that, but again, we're going to be signing a Mullen, so he would be the replacement regardless, and then we could sign a Diaby or a Leon Bailey, for example. Man City are preparing to get a contract with Haaland and BVB for a bid of 130 mil. I've heard that. I wouldn't look too far into it, guys. I'm fairly confident Haaland is staying here at Dortmund, but it's football, man. You never know. Angie is here, says, good morning. Angie, how excited are you to watch the boys play today? And let me know who you guys are looking forward to. It should be a lot of fun. Someone is spamming. We're going to have to tell them to stop that, or they will be put in a soft timeout. But stop spamming. Yes, the game will be shown on BVB's YouTube channel. Wouldn't mind Thuram coming to BVB. I like Marcus Thuram. I do. He fits. He could play in the wings. He can play as a striker. I just don't think that we will actually be targeting him. I think that the bridge between us and Gladbach for the short-term future is probably going to take a step back after the whole Marco Rosa incident, but that is just my opinion. Yusuf's back. Good member on the channel, says that we are back. We are, man, and I'm excited. I'm excited for it. Reina with the number 7 kit. He's definitely going to have a breakout year. Let me know what you guys think about my my little opinion on Brandt versus Gio. In my opinion, I'm assuming only one of them is going to have a breakout kind of season. With the formations that we can play, you can't really fit Royce, Brandt, and Gio on the pitch. You can arguably barely only really fit one of them if you play with wingers. So I find it hard to believe that I find it hard to believe that one of them is going to have a good season. And I feel like depending on what formation we play, is going to depend on who's going to get that breakout season. So my bold claim was, whether it's Brandt or Gio, one will have a good season and one will not. But let me know which one of the two you think may have a breakout season, or if you think I'm crazy and both of them will have a breakout season. Hello, brother. How you doing, my man? Welcome to the stream. If you're just joining us, be sure to drop a like. We're about 7 minutes away from watching the first game under Marco Rosa, man, and I'm absolutely buzzing. We apparently targeted Tammy Abraham's brother, Timmy Abraham. I find that funny. I don't know if that's true or not. I haven't heard anything about that. Josh, the release clause is true, bro. I'm assuming it's true. Like, I'm not saying it's not true. I think that was part of the pitch that got Haaland to come here. But we don't know the details. No one knows the details. There's never been legitimate reports that said it's 100% a 75 mil release clause. I've heard ranges between 75 and 100 for Haaland. So I think it's unfair to assume exactly what Dortmund will get. I'm hoping it's closer to 100. I don't know, but I do believe that 100% there is a release clause. I just don't think we have all the facts, which I think makes it harder to judge what's going to happen. The stream has started. Yes, it has, man. Yes, it has. And I'm buzzing for it. Mullen will be a disaster signing. I don't see why we need a striker. He can't play on the wing. In a 2-striker formation, he is not good. He played that last year. So, Max, in my opinion, we're targeting Mullen because I believe the board sees him as the eventual Haaland replacement. They want to get him now before another team snaps him up. For example, Liverpool. They're going to sign him this season because he can be useful in a 2-striker formation. He played at PSV in a 2-striker formation, scoring 19 goals, 8 assists. He's still a work in progress. He's not the total complete package, but in my opinion, he's an excellent signing, knowing that Haaland will probably leave at some point. And he might have to play a little out of position from time to time, but I believe they're going for him now so they can secure the deal. I hope that he comes in along with someone else like a Bailey. I think that would be ideal. But I don't think he'll be his disaster signing. He's the striker I do believe that we need. But yes, Hits is starting in net, guys. Hits is starting in net. It was just, it was the graphic we took. If I was Zorc, I would offer Chelsea a deal, 100 million plus Tammy Abraham and Hudson-Odoi, 2 for 1. I know it's funny. British Empire, I totally disagree. I totally disagree. I don't want Tammy Abraham because I don't rate him as a striker. I don't want Hudson-Odoi because, again, don't really rate him either. Both are unproven. Both are wildly too expensive. They rate Tammy Abraham at like 40 mil. In my opinion, he's 20 at best. but he's English, so he's going to get that extra value around him, and I would just stay completely clear from taking any of their players, and if we sell him, just get the cash, and then move on, and find targets that aren't going to come here for 2-3 years, and then head right back to the Prem. I've seen it too many times. It's the reason I don't want to see Dortmund sign any more English players. Sancho said that he will return to Dortmund. Now the English don't want him. Well, I don't know about that, man. I don't know about that. And adding to what I said, Mullen's alternatives are Diaby and Bailey wingers. So Max, and I've heard this many times too, the Mullen deal is totally separate to the deal of Sancho leaving. That's why I said more than likely Delaney, Schultz, and Sancho going out, along with probably Berkey and Wolf if they end up leaving. Well, they probably won't reinvest any of that money in the midfield, but will probably sign a center back, a winger, and a striker. They want Mullen for several reasons, but in my opinion is that he's going to be the eventual successor to Haaland. They want to get that deal now, and they can still play in a formation this season that includes both Mullen and Haaland. I don't think Dortmund will sell this late in the transfer window already. Same with Sancho last year, since they already lost Sancho. I don't see Haaland leaving as well. Mark, I totally agree. I really, really don't see Haaland leaving. I don't think it's a good look at whatsoever. I really hope it does not happen. I think both will be given chances. Who does badly is among the two of them. So probably that's very true. I was hoping Kobel would start. I wanted to see him in action. Is Kobel on the bench? I didn't even look. Kobel's not even on the bench. Okay, I wasn't sure. I thought Kobel was maybe going to appear in this match as well. But I haven't even looked at the bench yet for Dortmund. I'll have to do a look in that. Saw an article from Sky Sports this morning. Mission impossible to pull Haaland to Chelsea this year. Release clause mentioned is for 70 mil. Next year, I'm assuming as you meant. Yeah, and again, guys, if I'm being completely honest, I have a feeling that Haaland will leave next summer. But I really strongly believe he will be here next year. I'm back. How you doing, my man? Couple people saying hello. For everyone who wants to see the match, they can go to Dortmund's official YouTube channel. What am I doing here? I'm a Freiburg fan. Well, welcome, my man. Welcome. Hopefully you can enjoy the chat at least. Haaland's successor is Moukoko. There's no evidence whatsoever that he's anywhere near stepping up to that. He's 17 years old. He has a lot to learn. And if we want to compete for the title, we need someone who's more experienced than someone who is 17. I think Moukoko's got a bright, bright future. Do not get me wrong. But he's way too young to take on the burden of scoring 30 goals in the Bundesliga. No trade for Haaland with other players from England. I agree, Angie. If possible, I wouldn't mind seeing Baku and Neuhaus at BVB. I know Neuhaus won't happen, but he's more of a German players that are involved. Baku, I 100% agree. Angie, I'd love to see him at Dortmund. I think he'd be a total match made in heaven. And like you said, I mean, Neuhaus isn't coming. We both know that. Tammy for 40 million is way too much. It is. We do need to sell more attacking players if we want to sign both Mullen and Bailey. I don't believe so. I believe that we raise money through the Sancho sale. Hopefully we'll sell Nico Schultz. We'll sell, not hopefully sell Delaney, but there's looks like we're going to sell Delaney. That'll get some money. Marius Wolf should be able to get some money in, and of course Berkey as well. That should be enough to be able to sign a cheap center back, which is St. Just or Halstenberg, along with Bailey, who's much cheaper than Diaby. We will not probably be signing Diaby. And of course our new striker, Daniel Mullen. If we don't sell Schultz, I don't see a defender coming in, to be honest. White, I agree. I think that if Schultz leaves, we have to sign Halstenberg for coverage on the left back position. And if not, we still may sign St. Just. I don't know. But yes, young Koulibaly is not here today as well, but he is someone who was given the number 4 kit. Clear indication of what's to come with this young man. But good news that Berkey and Wolf aren't on the bench. It is good news because both of them need to be sold. It's just we need to raise some more funds. Berkey has clearly no future here. They gave away his kit number. Not a good feel if you're a keeper here, giving your number away. He reverted back to the number 38 he wore before, taking on the number 1. But yeah, he will probably be sold. And then Marius Wolf, of course, his number was given to Tigges and will probably get sold as well. What formation are we playing? We're playing in a 4-2-3-1 is my assumption, with the front 4 looking like Royce on left wing, Knauf on right wing, Brandt through the middle as your cam, and Tigges as your striker. They need Leon Bailey to make the head coach Marco Rose successful in his Dortmund stint. I agree that Dortmund 100% need to sign a winger. I would ideally, like I said, if it would be a perfect window to me if we can get in either Halstenberg / St. Just with Bailey and Mullen. It would add so much dynamic to this team. You could play in your 4-1-2-1-2, your 4-3-2-1, 4-3-1-2, or any position really with wings. So I 100% agree that we do need to get a winger in as well. And I think through strategic sales, and that may include Delaney, we may be able to get the job done. I don't see Bellingham and Dahoud in a 4-2-3-1. They played in a 4-2-3-1 last year as the two holding midfielders, Dahoud dropping back a little bit deeper. But I do agree both of them are better as 8s in a 4-1-2-1-2 or a 4-3-3 with Witsel hanging as your 6. I think Witsel will have a big role this year. And I'm curious. There's a lot of different options, a lot of different formations Marco Rose can go with. I always said to you guys, I think he likes playing with wingers. I just don't know exactly how it's going to go. But we're going to get a nice look at it today. And he is playing in the formation that I said I assumed he would try to implement, his 4-2-3-1. And we're going to get a good look today, guys. But I do agree with you. Witsel and Dahoud or Witsel and Bellingham would be best in a 4-2-3-1 because Witsel is your 6, which you need. British Empire, Noni probably won't come. Yeah, I don't like. There's been rumors that he's obviously been linked, but from what we're reading, he's not gonna be coming. But Mullen, we don't know. We're gonna have to wait and see. I think there's gonna be some movement once the Sancho deal does go through. But they're in the 4th tier, in the southwest side, I believe. We would have the money to sign, but won't have too many attacking players. I don't know if I'd agree with that. A big issue with me is that we've never had really a backup, a solid backup striker. I think getting Mullen in for that reason is very crucial, on top of the fact that we can play in a 2-striker formation. And we need a winger. We don't have enough wingers, period. We didn't have enough wingers last season to be able to pull off playing winger formations. That's why we reverted to the 4-3-2-1 and found success. In my opinion, we need a striker and a winger. And if we can pull it off, it's a great piece of business and gives Marco Rose a lot of tools to play with this year. Apparently, Arsenal and Leeds are interested in Madueke. This means that Noni Madueke to Dortmund in the summer of 2022 is confirmed. I don't think Noni Madueke will come to Dortmund, period. I don't think that. Hello, Josh. Just joined the stream. What's the starting 11? Okay. I'll see if I can remember it right off the top of my head. It's Hitz is in net. Right back is Paslak. The 2 youngsters, Thaki and Collins, are the 2 center backs. Schultz is the left back. Gripus and Dahoud are the 2 CDMs. Brandt is your cam. Royce is on the left wing. Knauf is on the right wing, and Tigges is your striker in a 4-2-3-1 for Marco Rose today. I nailed it. I think Halstenberg will leave RB Leipzig. I think he wants to. I don't know if he will, but I do think he wants to. And it would be quite the deal. If we get rid of Nico Schultz, we can bring in Halstenberg for coverage as your backup left back. He can play in a back 3, and he can play as a center back in a back 4. I think he'd be a perfect, and especially because he's rumored around 8 mil. Tons of experience. It makes sense. He lacks pace, which I don't like, but it would be a cheap coverage signing. And then with extra money we can get from getting rid of some of the players, we could hopefully bring in the likes of Bailey and Mullen. And that, to me, that is a perfect little window. Who decides on kit numbers? I'm assuming players ask for them, and then maybe they can get a yes or no. I'm not really sure. I'm assuming Gio went and asked for the number 7 kit. Dortmund showed a lot of love and gave it to him, but we see the boys coming out on the pitch right now. We take a good look at Marco Rose, and we're going to get a good look at his 4-2-3-1. See if he does got that little love there with Julian Brandt. They need another CB that can play a high line system. I agree. They do need a center back. I just don't know what the money is going to entail of which center back that will be. Glad to see Dortmund back in action. I am too, man. Be sure to drop a like, guys, if you're just joining us, or if you're just fired up to see Dortmund back in action. Drop a like on the stream, and put in some score predictions, guys. Because there's some aggressive score predictions I'm seeing right now in the chat. British Empire says 8-1. We got a 6-0 one. For me, yeah, I'm going to say, like, probably 7-0. I think there's some talent in this Dortmund side, man. I think it's gonna be fun. I think a lot of them are fired up to play. I'm looking at Brandt, Royce, and Dehudu, who had a very quiet summer. Should be fun. Angie says, enjoy the game. We'll check in later. Have to do a little work while keeping the eye on the game. Take care, Angie. And buy Dolberg for Nice for 10 mil. Great profit for Dortmund long term. Dortmund will find another Holland, no problem. AR9, how you doing, my man? I'm not sure about Dolberg. I don't think that he'd be sold for as cheap as 10 mil. But I don't know. It's not a bad look. What are your thoughts on Tigges? I think Tigges is a solid striker. I just don't think that... I think if we sign Mullen, he won't get barely any looks. He's 4th in the pecking order with Mullen if that deal goes through. It'd be Holland, it'd be Mullen, it'd be Mukuku, and then it would, of course, would be Tigges. So he's got some work to do here to try to impress as the ball is kicked off and we're underway for Dortmund's first preseason game of the year. We'll have to take a look at how the boys can get on, but yeah, I don't know. I don't see Tigges having a long-term future here at Dortmund. I think if he wants minutes or to play at a more competitive level, he'll probably have to be sold. We have a 9-0 prediction, a 10-0 prediction, another 9-0 prediction. Very interesting, very interesting. Bro, what do you think about Mullen maybe not coming if we not sign him on a max 19? I think we're gonna get a clear indication of Mullen's future once the Sancho deal does go through. I personally think he's coming. I think the deal's been figured out for a while. I've told you guys many times that we've been told that there's a gentleman's agreement with Mullen. And it sounds like he does want to come to Dortmund. The issue is if we get into a bid-off with Liverpool, I think we'd lose. But I don't think Liverpool is holding a lot of the cards either. So we're going to have to wait and see. But in my opinion, wait till the Sancho deal goes through, and I think we'll be able to see him coming in. Halstenberg is very slow. If Rosa wants to play in a 4-1-2-1-2, Halstenberg won't work. I agree, but in my opinion, Halstenberg will be more of a rotation player anyways. If Schultz leaves, he'll provide backup position to the left back in case Guerrero cannot play. He can also play in a back 3 if we go that way. And he can also step in a back 4 if needed. He definitely won't be a starter, so don't think that Halstenberg, if he comes here, will be a starter. But I think he would be a useful player nonetheless. Any chances on Damsgaard? In my opinion, no. Many, many young players. We will not score so many. I don't know about that, man. I think that there's a lot of talent in this squad. There's a nice little ball there, but I was offside, I believe. But I just checked it out, Josh, and Mullen is actually pronounced Malen. Like mama. Malen. Did I get it? Malen. I don't know. I've always heard the English pronunciation, and I've heard Mullen. So, I don't know. St. Just would be perfect for a high line. He would be. St. Just is the ideal center back target for us. He brings a lot of pace. He would easily allow us to be able to play in a back 3. Hummels would play as your central center back with 2 fast center backs and a Kanji on the left and St. Just on the right. It would give Marco Rosa a real good little look there. But I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with that. It's going to depend on who we're able to flip. We need to get rid of Marius Wolf. We need to get rid of Berkey. We need to maybe get rid of Nico Schultz. And, of course, not that we need to get rid of Delaney, but it seems like Delaney may look to leave. What do you think of Mats Hummels last season in 2020-2021? I thought he had a bit of a shaky start, but I thought he finished very, very strong, as a lot of the players in this squad did, to be able to pull off, bring home the Pokal, to bring home Champions League football. I think that another center back is needed, just with Hummels getting a little bit older, but I don't know. I'm excited for him, man. Who have we signed this window, this transfer window so far? We have signed Kobel. We were told he's the first signing under Marco Rosa. Wirtz to replace Holland. Is it possible, like Atletico when they swapped Griezmann for Felix? Well, Florian Wirtz doesn't play as a striker. He's more as a winger. He can play as an attacking mid. He can play as an 8. But no, I don't think he's coming to Dortmund. How are you watching the game? It is on Dortmund's YouTube channel. Now, it might be a regional thing. I'm watching from Canada, guys, so I'm able to watch it. Be sure to let me know where you guys are watching from as well if you guys are in the stream today. But it's a nice ball there from Brandt. But it was actually quite poor in the end. Collins is going to be the next Hummels. Well, this is a real look. A lot of people have been talking about Collins for a long time now. He is very highly rated. He was given a squad number, given the number 43 kit. So there's indications that he will be coming up. But in my opinion, it seems like he's still a little bit under someone like Koulibaly, for example, because Koulibaly was given the number 4 kit. So it assumes that Collins will have a lot of looks in the U23 teams, but we'll have to see. Watching from the US, watching from Canada. Nicely done, nicely done. You guys should be able to watch it on YouTube, which is good. If Malen doesn't come, what player could be a winger/9 for Dortmund? Oh, I mean, you guys have mentioned Thuram, and he is a good look, but I don't think that we'll be able, like I said, I don't think we're going to be targeting anyone from Gladbach. So looking elsewhere as someone who can play as a 9 and on the wings. Rafael Leao is probably where I'd look. Talented player for Milan. He can easily play as a striker. He's done it for Milan. He's played on the wings as well. He would more than likely be the look I'd be going for. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. My Bundesliga prediction: 1 is Bayern, 2 Dortmund, 3 Leipzig, 4 Frankfurt. I think without Andre Silva, Frankfurt's going to have an interesting season this year. I'd have to take a look at it. We'll have our prediction video coming up probably within the next week or so. But yeah, guys, if you ask a question I haven't answered it, feel free to ask it again. It just means that I'm letting the messages roll, and yeah, just ask it again. I don't mean to ignore anybody. Watching from the US, India, very cool, very cool. Dortmund better sign a great winger. We'll have to see what the money says, but I'm hoping someone like Bailey could come in. Thuram is apparently allegedly available for 25 mil. It could be, but it does not mean that he's going to come to Dortmund. I don't know. Like, I don't know if Gladbach are interested in selling again to BBB. They do it all the time, but we're gonna have to wait and see. But Brandt took the corner there, showing some responsibility for the team. Watching from Estonia. Very cool, very cool. Josh, who's your favorite BBB player? My favorite BBB player has always been Marco Reus. Well, that's a lie. My first ever favorite BBB player was Gutsa, followed by Reus, and it's been Reus ever since he's come to the club. He's been my all-time favorite player. Honestly, like a hero to me, so he's always been my guy. But I have a lot of strong feelings for Dahoud. Dahoud's been my boy since he's picked up some good performance at the end of last season, and I can't wait till he signs his new deal. That was a poor ball. We have Malen, Bailey, Holland, Royce, Brandt, Gio, Mukuku, Renier, Hazard, Knauf. We have 10 attacking players. This is a lot. Knauf, no guarantee he's going to be in the main squad. He may. He's going to probably get some looks still for the U23s. Renier, I don't know what his future has. Hopefully it's not a lot of playing time with Dortmund because he's a loanee. Mukuku as well, I don't think he's going to have a lot of playing time. And Tig is not. Plus, we don't know if Bailey or Malen is going to come. But, I mean, more the merrier, man. We need depth if we can get it together. We're going to have to wait and see who we can actually go for. But a good little rush there and out for a goal kick. Still trying to find out what formation we're playing. We're playing in a 4-2-3-1, my man. 4-2-3-1. The front four is Brandt, Royce on left wing, Brandt as cam, Knauf at right wing, and Tigges as a striker. Tyler, how you doing, my man? Holland's not playing because he is just resting up. He's joined the squad, though. There's a lot of players who were in the Euros and other competitions that are coming back from summer. There's a little summer break. It's a good ball there to Knauf, but does nothing in the end. So a lot of the main hitters aren't here today. It's a preseason match. It's a good look for Marco Rosa to get a look at some of the younger players like Collins coming in. There's a poor touch there, giving Knauf a chance. Tigges as well as some players who futures are a little bit up for debate. That's why we see Paslak, Schultz, and of course Brandt in there, as BVB just conceded a free kick. My favorite player in the team is Bellingham, just because he plays for the reserves in the Latvian G. Fair. Mullen won't join Dortmund. You heard it here first. He's demanding 250K a week. Orsic is much better option. AR9, I've told you this like 4 times. Orsic will 0% chance sign for BBB. Whew, good little chance there. He won't. Orsic is not the profile player. He's got no experience at a top level besides playing for Croatia. He is 28. He's way older. I'm not saying he's not a good player. Just Dortmund will not sign him. But Marco Reus did almost just score in his own net, and we got away with one. What's the meaning of JJD? It's my first name, my middle name, and my last name. And TV is producer T's first name and last name. / TV. You know, it worked out nicely. A little shot there. Heard you mention that the number change is Reina unquestioned at the top of the depth chart and his position under the new realm. I don't know. It's going to be very interesting. Josh David. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens with Gio. I think the fact that they gave him a number 7 kit is a clear indication that he's here for the long term. I was just a little bit nervous because I still, like, I was saying that we should sell Brandt. I was saying it for a while because, I mean, he was poor for us for a while now. And we have 3 attacking midfielders where it's just impossible to find a formation to get all 3 on the pitch. And if you want to see consistency and performances coming through these players, you're going to need to give them opportunities to play. And I don't see a formation that you get all 3 in the pitch. If you play with wingers, you can only really get 1 on the pitch. So you got to play in a formation like a 3-4-2-1 to get both Brandt and /Gio and Royce. So I've said it many times. I think either if they all stay, probably Brandt /Gio, one of the two is going to have a poor season. Because I just don't see the minutes piling up. So I thought raise some money from Brandt because he's the most expendable one. But a lot of people disagree with me. Do not want to see Brandt go. And clearly Marco Rosa disagrees with me as well. Which is why he's starting today and trying to prove himself. But Lazio is still sniffing around. So there is an option that he could still leave. We'll have to wait and see. It feels so good to be back to watch Dortmund play. I agree, my man. I agree. Good to have you guys here. Be sure to drop a like if you're just joining us. 11 minutes in, watching Marco Rosa's first game. He looks good with that BBB badge, man. Josh David is not my middle name though. It's Josh James. Someone said Holland is in England. Is it true? Nope, it was a joke. It was mentioned by us, but it was a joke. He was not in England. He's back with the club. Don't you worry. YouTube just froze, though. Right on attack, but Dahoud broke it up. Pedro Neto would be a great signing for you guys. I like Pedro Neto. I see what you mean. I wouldn't personally target him. Again, I just don't think he's proven enough to be able to do it, but again, you see a lot of cases where players like Pedro Neto come to the Bundesliga and shine. So it's not a bad look. Just on my personal terms, I would want to see someone a little bit more developed. I want to see Leon Bailey join. That's my personal opinion. Bundesliga experience, talented winger. But I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Who's your guys' ideal winger to come in, putting Mullen aside? Because like I said, and it's been mentioned many times, that the Mullen's transfer is totally separate. Totally separate to the actual Sancho leaving. So if we do sign a winger to replacement, I want to know who you guys are thinking. Thoughts on the subs? I can see Papadopoulos getting a look. Dam's a look as well. But there's some young ones. Those are the ones that I could see coming in. But probably they will all come in. Maybe Renato Sanchez after selling Delaney and Chan. I can promise you we won't sell Chan. We probably will sell Delaney from what I'm hearing and the fact that we just admitted that we're not re-signing him and he's allowed to leave. But I don't know. It's going to be interesting. But we definitely won't sell Chan, and I don't think we're going to sign a replacement in the midfield. I think that we're confident with the depth we have, and it's going to just be left at that. It's a nice ball there from Dahoud. It's been a little bit sloppy so far in the opening little bit. It's not the nicest field. I'm sure you guys have noticed that, but it has been a little bit harder for some actually a appealing football. But they are clearly playing in a 4-2-3-1. It's a nice little ball down there to Ansgar Knauf. First time cross. Defended very well. But we do have someone who agrees, selling Brandt. Jonathan Josh David. Alex, you nailed it. Do you think Holland will stay longer than 2022 in BBB, even if we become one of the strongest teams next season? In my personal opinion, I think that Holland will leave next season. I don't see him leaving this season. I'm very confident of him staying this season, and I'm also pretty confident he will probably leave next season. I don't think it's good to sell Holland right now. I don't either. I want to compete. I'm sure that a lot of you Dortmund fans do as well, and I don't know. Unless we sign someone like Malen, he completely breaks out, scores like 30 goals. I don't see us competing for the title if we sell Holland. I don't. But this pitch does not look very nice today. But Brandt's on it right now. Nice little ball to find Marco Reus. And Marco Reus, guys. Oh, it's a good little look. But give a big shout out to Marco Reus. A lot of people were very upset that he didn't accept the call up to go to the German national team. But it's because he wants to prolong his Dortmund career. And I love it. He's a captain. He's a leader. This is his 10th season now for Borussia Dortmund, man. And by giving his body some break, getting to know the new manager, hopefully continuing his incredible form for last season, I'm excited to see what this our skipper is going to do once again. And I'm happy for him. That was a nice little ball. And good defending. Good defending. Some of you really think Dortmund will spend 200 million summer this season. Or 200 million this summer. If anyone thinks that, they shouldn't. Dortmund will not spend that much money. Ideally, they get Bailey for like 25 mil. They get Malen for 30. They get Halstenberg for 8 or St. Just for 15. And then but being able to pull that off, they've already sold Sancho for about 90. They need to sell Marius Wolf for about 10 or 11. Berkey for 3 to 5. Schultz for maybe 15. I don't even know what you could sell him for. And then Delaney's been rumored between 15 and 20. So there's a lot of assets that we could hopefully get rid of, getting rid of some of the dead wood on the team, as well as, again, not that Delaney's dead wood, but raising some money through him. And then those are the signings I could see. But you won't find us spending more than 30 million on a single player. We can't get caught up with attackers with our defense as our main weakness. It is true. It is true, but I don't... From what we've read, it's a nice little ball in there, out for a goal kick. But from what I read, they want to sign an extra center back. They see Guerrero still as the left back option. I know a lot of you guys don't like to hear it, but unfortunately, Meunier will more than likely be the starting right back for us. Murray will come back over injury. We still have Paslak and Chan who can all play at right back. And they're going to hopefully sign another center back for a little bit of depth. I'm interested to see how Brandt and Reus come inside. I am too. It seems like Brandt clearly is playing as the 10. That's where he was set up. Reus is drifting out on the left wing position. They're getting a little bit interchangeable from time to time, but all in all, it does seem like a 4-2-3-1 setup. Josh, why do you think that Moukoko won't start at 17? Bellingham is also 17, but a starter. Well, Bellingham hit the ground running, really. Bellingham has found consistency. He's played in the England national team, and he's done it through pretty much the entirety of his season. Moukoko has not done that. Moukoko's had good moments playing for Dortmund. They're different positions as well. He's still so young. I just don't see a 17-year-old leading the line and putting up 30 goals, man. And I don't think dangerous play there by Paslak, but he does well to find hits. But I'm pretty confident if you take out Holland and you don't go and sign anyone, you rely on Moukoko, we would struggle. And it's no disrespect to Moukoko. He is one for the future. Oh, it's a nice little look there by Reus, but taken. But I don't see it. And I don't think that Dortmund should do that. I don't think the fans should expect that either. Moukoko, that is way too much pressure to put on a 17-year-old. That is not as developed as Bellingham is. Sell Holland and replace Akanji. Again, I mean, you can't sell Holland and then, not replace him. But Akanji doesn't need to be replaced whatsoever, in my opinion. Akanji, I think, is in for a breakout season. A real breakout season. He's always been a good, consistent player for us. He has struggled from time to time. But after his Euro, seeing his tail end of last season, I'm excited to see what Akanji could bring. That's a nice ball to find Marco Reus. Runs into 3 men. There's a little bit of lack of chemistry up top. Tigges is making poor runs, in my opinion. There's been a few times that Brandt and Reus has tried to slide him in, but he looks a little bit heavy-legged at the moment. I swear if it ends 0-0. I hope not. Not what you want for your first match in charge, especially against this opposition. Some of our players really look good at the Euros. Witsel, Hazard, Meunier, and Akanji all look good. Meunier's tournament started out really well, gained a lot of hype, but quickly went downhill. Meunier did not have a good couple last games in the Euros, in my opinion. Got caught out from time to time, but I still think he should grow on the confidence he did pick up in the Euros. And Witsel was great. Seeing him come back from that injury, play the way he did for Belgium was incredible. I think Reus will play the World Cup because he knows that there's a chance to win it with Flick. Maybe. Germany obviously wasn't favorites for the Euros, but I don't know. I can't even really speak to that. It'll depend on how Reus's body and form does before that. Dortmund's got some defending to do and did it really well to lead a foul up there. Should Emre Can only play as a rotation player for the league? We haven't seen how he plays big games. In my opinion, I don't fancy Can. I think he's a liability. I would much prefer Witsel, Dahoud, Bellingham on the pitch before him. I would have preferred Delaney over him as well. If you're asking me where I'd want to see Can on the pitch, if he was to start, it'd be at right back right now. Kessie and Sanchez would be amazing replacements, but would cost too much money, AR9. I don't think we could afford them, and like I said, those aren't the area we need strengthening. Even losing Delaney, we still have a lot of strength in the middle of the park. We need to bring in a winger for sure, and a center back. Honestly, Daniel Mullen is not the #1 candidate out there. Oh, that's a nice little ball. Good little turn there, but a foul in the end. But yeah, man, I'd be very surprised if we sign a center back, or sorry, a center defensive mid / CM. So Kessie and Sanchez are too expensive on top of the players we need to sign. I don't think that it's going to be 0-0. It's going to take a while to score a goal. It is. But another issue with losing someone like Nico Schultz, even though he's not a very useful player because he just lacks confidence, hasn't really found it a fit, is that we do lack speed. And that's why ideally, I would love to see St. Just come in, bring so much defensive speed. It would be incredible. As well as seeing someone like Diaby / Bailey come in. Diaby, in my opinion, is going to be too expensive, so it would be Leon Bailey. But lightning pace, something that we don't really have. Like, Hazard's not the fastest winger out there. Sancho's not the fastest winger out there when he was here. He's very good with the ball at his feet, which makes him seem a lot faster. But I think if we sign St. Just, Mullen, and Diaby, that is so much speed needed for this squad. Messi would be a good signing. He wouldn't be a bad one. It's never going to happen, but he wouldn't be a bad signing. 20 minutes in and can't score against an amateur team. This is embarrassing. It's also preseason. It's on a shitty pitch. A lot of young players coming in. I wouldn't be too judgmental yet, but it has, in my opinion, there has been a lack of fluidness going on in this match. A lot of sloppy passes. Poor movement up top. Have not been overly impressed in the opening 20 with Tigges so far. But I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see. I'm not going to look too much into this match. But I'm just trying to see how some of the young players can get integrated into a team like that. I think Collins is playing with a little bit of confidence, which is nice to see. The keeper is so chubby. It does look like a big man. But Dortmund will never buy Messi. No, they won't. There's Brandt. Decent ball. Looked like he almost overhit it, but Canal ends up running out of play. So all in all, it was a bad ball. Bro, those are youth players. Play together for the first time. I agree. Kessie is 50 million plus. It's why we'll never sign him. Kessie is 25. Sancho is 25. Holland is sold for 170. It can be done. No, it can't. No, it can't. Because A, Kessie and Sanchez will go for more than 25. I can guarantee you that. And B, just like I said many times, just because we sell Holland for that much money does not mean that much money will go into the replacements. Now, if we do sell Holland, I agree that we would probably look to inject a little bit more money in there. But Kessie and Sanchez, in my opinion, will go for more than that. But it just won't happen. I agree. The pace, we need speed. We do. We lack. It has been a big issue with this squad is we lack pace and we lack a solid backup striker. Because unfortunately, injuries can happen. Unfortunately, yellow cards, red cards, all those things are a part of the game. Fatigue. You need options as a backup striker, and we've seen it for years here at Dortmund, which is why I think Malen is an important signing. I think having Malen, Bailey, and St. Just bring in wicked amount of speed into a team that lacks speed in all three areas, in the midfield, wings, striker, and defense. On top of that, another big issue with Dortmund is that last season, you guys know, lacked depth on the wings and as a center back. We're addressing both of those. And I don't know. To me, those seem like natural fits, and I think we could pull them off. Buy Adama from Wolves. Well, Wolves, I believe, would be a little expensive. And there's Nico Schultz losing the ball. For a second, I thought that Niels Pedersen played for Dortmund. I'm dumb. You thought Tigges was he was moving like him up front right now. Knauf is playing in the midfield. He is. We're playing in a 4-2-3-1 setup. Knauf is playing as a right. Well, he's playing as a right attacking mid. I'm assuming that's what you meant by midfield. But Brandt, nice ball. Took a quite the bounce, man. This is not a nice pitch. The keeper looks like he just came back from eating 2 Whoppers at Burger King. So basically me. If by some miracle we get an offer of 5 mil for Tigges, I would drive him to the airport. Yeah, I mean, there was rumors linking Tigges to Bundesliga 2 side. I'm assuming that's where he'll go. Like I said, guys, I don't think Tigges has a feature here at Dortmund. I don't. Mukuku does, and I think we're going to bring in Malen, and then we have Holland. But Brandt's got a nice corner coming in. Flicked on, falls to Royce. Hits it first time, but defended well. Both Lille and AC Milan are in deep financial trouble, Josh. I would say Lille more than AC Milan, but you're right. Lille are in deep financial trouble. And I would take both AR9. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm a big fan of Renato Sanchez, and I'm a big fan of Frank Kessie. I would take both of them at Dortmund in a heartbeat. Without selling Holland, which I don't think we're going to do, I don't think we can afford them or need to strengthen that position. It's a good movement there from the side, but easy catch for the keeper. Nico Schultz, the greatest. Would loans instead of purchases be considered for the short-term solutions until Holland sale, or would it be more adventurous to go for a power purchase? I think Dortmund should stay away from loans, especially young player loans. Like, in my opinion, we should terminate Renier's loan. He's not going to get a ton of minutes this year for us. He hasn't done anything for us. It's been a waste of his progression. It's been a waste of a loan. No reason why Renier ever should start over Knauf, for example. Considering Knauf is our player, in my opinion, is better. Fits our systems more. So young loan moves, 0% chance. And I don't know about other type of loans. If we do bring in a player on loan, it should have the option to buy. So that way if he comes in, we like the player. I mean, there was an article I read today linking Griezmann. Or it wasn't really a link. It was saying that Dortmund should pursue Antoine Griezmann on a loan. And I thought that was hysterical because that will never happen. And it says like he would be a perfect fit for Dortmund, which he would not be a perfect fit for Dortmund. We don't need him. He's not a natural striker. We have many options as the cam. We don't play with a center forward, and Griezmann's crappy on the wing. So it was a really stupid article, but they were talking about a strategic loan signing. It's a good little effort there. Nice little free kick, headed over the net. He's playing as a center midfielder, which is stupid. Knauf is not playing as a center midfield. It's that Dortmund's playing in a 4-2-3-1 right now. Knauf is playing as a right attacking mid. Definitely not in the midfield. Pius, what are you watching, my man? Come on, look at Knauf. He's way out there on right wing, and he has not really left that. He might have come in the odd time to the midfield to maybe pick up a ball or play a pass, but Knauf is clearly playing as the right attacking mid in a 4-2-3-1. I think Tigges will leave. I do as well. They're playing in a 4-3-3. Well, they're not. So I don't know what he's watching, but they're definitely playing in a 4-2-3-1. You can tell their shape. Watch the way they're set up right now. You see the 4, you see the 2, and then you see the front 4. Royce drops deep to pick up a pass. He's playing as a cam right now. Brandt got pushed out to the wing. Knauf is playing on the right, and Brandt and Royce are interchangeable through one playing out on the left attacking mid, one playing as a cam. So do you guys agree? What do you guys think? Do you think they're playing in a 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1? Because I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I'm watching a different game because they're definitely playing in a 4-2-3-1. You can clearly see it. They have their stack of 4 at the back. There's the 2 holding midfielders, and then Brandt is centrally with either Royce on the left wing, and then Knauf has been on the right wing the entire time. But that is how I'm seeing it. But I mean, feel free, guys, to comment if you're seeing it another way, because that's again, I don't know, you can see it clear as day. And Royce doesn't play as a center mid. Royce has never played as a center mid. Royce is a cam. He was a winger most of his career, but you guys know what I mean. Can we convert Renier into a striker and play him? I mean, I just think he lacks quality. Oh, player went down there, got lucky. As we break through the other side, but I don't think so. I don't think Renier can be turned into a cam. Sloppy touches from Brandt and Royce once again. Renier should leave. Best option for him, BVB and Real Madrid, and I agree with that. Again, he's not going to get a ton of minutes. Who are the players in Dortmund in the midfield? De Hood is playing as the defensive midfielder with Gurpuz, also playing as the defensive midfielder, the young Turkish lad, with Royce playing as cam. Left attacking mid is Brandt. Right attacking mid is Knauf, and striker is Tigges. Now, Brandt and Royce, like I said, are basically taking turns. When one goes to the middle, the other one goes out left. I'm happy for Tigges. He plays for Freiburg, and I'm a Freiburg fan. Good to hear, my man. Nice little ball into the box, headed just wide. Tigges will be playing in Freiburg in 2 to 3 years. Wouldn't be a bad move for him, man. Josh just joined the stream. Are you seeing this? Brandt is struggling. Gio's the first place. Brandt has not looked good out there so far. But to be fair, like I said, I'm not going to read too much into this game. This is an ugly pitch. It was a nice ball out there to Brandt, but he couldn't hold his run. But yeah, I don't know, man. I hate when BBB fan pages predict in the new Bundesliga season, putting BBB second of just winning it. Marco Rosa has to bring it home. We're hoping Marco Rosa brings it home, baby. If you want Marco Rosa to bring it home, be sure to drop a like on the stream if you're just joining us. It's a nice little test, but yes, this is sloppy. This is not a nice opening match, but again, it's on a poor pitch. You can tell clearly by just looking at it. But Brandt has been kind of poor. It was just different when Hakimi played as a lone player, when Renier joined so late this year, and after his chance was wasted on young players when they didn't get a chance. I agree, man. I agree. But I'm hoping that Knauf gets some looks this year, because Renier shouldn't, and he probably won't. Even Gosens at Atalanta is good. Again, but we were not going to waste money on a quality left back when we have one. I like Gosens. Again, don't get me wrong, but I don't know why we'd inject that kind of money for a backup role, because you can't play really both of them on the pitch. Here comes a nice little look. Kind of a high ball to Tigges to find Knauf. No foul given. Cleared out in the end. Reina halftime sub. Hat-trick is what we need. I'd like to see Gio come on for Brandt. Actually, for probably Royce. I do want to see a little bit more out of Brandt today. He's been pretty poor. He's backtracking pretty well there, though. He's out on the left right now with Royce in the middle. Doku just signed for Rennes after every Euro club wants him. He won't join us. Well, he signed for Rennes last summer, so I mean, he could easily move on if he chose to. But I don't know if he will. Oh, that's a tough challenge there by Paslak, and a very well done challenge. I don't think Dortmund will win the Bundesliga. I mean, like I said, Dortmund aren't going to be favorites going in, but I do think that there's a chance. Like I said, man, 7 out of the top 8 clubs from the Bundesliga last year have new managers. It's fun, man. It's going to be an exciting Bundesliga season. I'm really excited to see how Dortmund can get on. If Marco Rosa hits the ground running, gets some added help. It's a nice little run there by Brandt. Oh, why don't you hit that? To Knauf. There we go, baby. Nice little run there. Nice little run there. I like it. I like it. First goal under Marco Rosa falls to everyone's favorite man. Everyone's favorite man is Ansgar Knauf. And to be fair, it was a decent run by Brandt. I was actually a little annoyed that he didn't shoot it, but he found it across. Ansgar Knauf comes in. Ansgar Knauf impressed me last year in preseason, and once again, he's doing it today, man. Big shout out. Drop a like, guys, for a young lad, Ansgar Knauf, with the first goal under Marco Rosa. We've been ugly so far, though. I'm not gonna lie. It's been an ugly match so far. 34 minutes in, though, from the player who I thought has been one of the worst on the pitch. Brandt does have a nice run playing out on the left attacking mid. Had a nice little sprint. Decent ball. Found Knauf back in the net. There we are. Knauf is a G. How much will the offense-defensive system change under Rosa, if at all? In my opinion, without signing Mullen or Bailey or anyone like that, in my opinion, the number one formation that would fit this team would easily be a 3-4-2-1. However, if we get Mullen, that opens the formations to a 4-1-2-1-2 or a 4-3-1-2. And then on top of that, if we get Bailey, we can play Rosa's, in my opinion, preferred formations, a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-3-3. We also have 3 cams, so in my opinion, we can't even play a 4-3-3. We need to play positions where you can get cams into play. Those cams, of course, are Gio, Brandt, Royce. So it's a lot of options. The tactics will 100% change under Marco Rosa. I still think he will be more attack-bound rather than... I know he will be more attack-bound than defense-oriented because that's the type of manager he is. So, I mean, I'm expecting a 4-2-3-1 probably to start. I think especially if we get Leon Bailey to come in. It could even maybe be a 4-3-2-1, what we did under Marco Rosa. But, again, this team lacks speed. It's a big indication of that. And I'm hoping we can get some signings that can get it in. But AR9 is excited. He said it's about effing time. Someone's got a random question for me. I don't see where the question is, though. Friendlies don't count. They don't, but it's the first goal under Marco Rosa, and it went to Ansgar Knauf. But not the first actual goal, because that'll be in the first competitive match, hopefully, which is our Pokal. Mark says it's interesting to see how much we're using wings today. Really shows that we are much need of a Bailey-type player. Mark, 100% agree. We lacked wingers last year. I mean, the injury to Hazard didn't help, as well as Knauf was still young. But if we want to give Marco Rosa the option to play with a preferred formation, the 4-2-3-1 or the 4-3-3, we need to sign a winger. And in my opinion, a winger with rapid pace, which is why Bailey's my top guy. I think we can get him for a good deal. It's a poor ball there by Schultz. Heavy touch. That's what I'm hoping to see. I'm hoping to see Bailey come in, Mullen come in, and honestly St. Juice, but I'd be fine with Halstenberg. Bro, I hope you are trolling. Gozens is contracted into the summer of 2023. Yeah, we won't sign Gozens for several reasons, but one, we're not going to drop that type of money on him to be a backup fiddle to, oh, Brandt, come on, man. A backup fiddle to, Guerrero. But Brandt did very well there, man. He's, like I said, he's been backtracking well today, bringing a little bit of defensive awareness into his game, playing as the left attacking mid, won the ball back, and then immediately loses it. I'm watching the game. Brandt is playing amazing as the cam as the left mid because he's playing more on the left. I wouldn't say Brandt is playing amazing. I think Brandt has been involved. I think Brandt has made a lot of poor passes, but in his defense, this pitch is trash. I thought Brandt did very well with the run he had playing on the left-hand side, which, again, is just painful to see in the eyes. Brandt should not ever be playing out on the wings. I know he had a good run there, set up Knauf, but he has been sloppy today, in my opinion. Imposter Snape is here, says, I'm coming to Wolfsburg this year. My man. Wolfsburg in the Europa League max. I think Leipzig can win it. I don't know. I'm not convinced over Jesse Marsch. Nice play there by Schultz. Puts it across for our boy Dahoud, who blasts it well over. I don't know. I'm excited to sit down and put my my Bundesliga prediction video together because I don't really know what I think. I'm not overly convinced that Jesse Marsch is going to hit the ground running. I think signing Andre Silva is massive. I think that'll definitely help, but I still think that signing someone like Maxence Lacroix would make them more challengers than if they just have their current center back core. Lost no major players. You could potentially lose Lacroix, though. But I think Wolfsburg is going to be in there with a shout. I'm not overly convinced with their manager, though. But we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. Collins looks pretty promising from Mr. Carlson, and I agree, man. I think Collins looks, honestly, like he just kind of fits right in. Now, he's obviously playing at a level he's kind of used to with this team and just playing with some better players. But he looks commanding, looks confident from the back. And, I mean, so far, so good for our young man. As Royce does very well there to pick out my boy, Dahoud. What's with Rosa's bromance with Brandt? I don't know. And that's why I'm confused. Because in my opinion, I think that Rosa has a bromance with Brandt. But Gio Reyna just picked up the number 7 kit. And like I said, I dare you guys to come up with a formation that fits in Marco Royce, Gio, and Brandt in the same game. Because more than likely, if you do come up with a formation that you can fit them in, it'll be players playing out of position. And it's just too hard to do so. I think Marco Rosa wants some pace in this team. And it's just hard. So it's hard for me to judge who's going to get the role. I think the fan base probably would prefer Gio, or American viewers, and definitely would. But I don't know, man. King Kong asked why Holland's not in the squad today. I think he just easing back his way back in from his summer break. He is training with the squad now. I'm not sure exactly when he will get his first look in preseason action. But don't worry, he's here. He's here for the long run. Shot from distance, just over the net. Can we just try to get a loan of a promising right back from a big club? If you have an idea which Wonder Kid would be interested with the same pattern as Hakimi, I just can't tolerate with Meunier. So I agree. I disagree with that for several reasons. One, I don't want to develop someone else's players. That's the big issue with loans. If you bring in a loan, have an obligation to buy, or an option to buy. Obligations help the team loaning out. Options help the team bringing in. You bring in a right back with the option to buy. You pay small fee to loan him in. You have the option to secure the deal. It won't happen, though. There's been no indication that Dortmund will look to sign a right back. We have 4 players there who can play. And Dortmund just got all the reasoning they need. Meunier did well at the Euros. Meunier will start as our starting right back. Murray will come back from injury. We still re-signed Paslak, and we have Emre Can who can play there. So I know a lot of you guys are going to be frustrated with that answer. But if you're asking me, there's close to 2% chance we sign a right back. And Babu would be nice. Marco Royce. Nice. Oh no, it was Tigges. My bad. Camera just went to it. I'm not sure what happened. Next thing I know, Tigges is in and Tigges just scored. And nicely done. Nicely done. Let's see. Was it Brandt? Brandt hits it over to my boy Dahoud, who found a perfect ball. A nice turn from Tigges. And a very confident finish in the end. 2-0, man. 2-0. They're waking back up. Brandt did well there to get his way built into the team, to find a nice little pass to Dahoud. And our boy puts it in. And just like that, it's 2-0. 42 minutes in. I like it. I like it. But, I mean, that was a nice goal. It was a very well-worked goal. Brandt clearly finding a little bit of confidence, maybe from that opening one, but he picked out a nice pass there to Dahoud, and we know that Dahoud can pick out a pass. But what impressed me there is Tigges has been quiet this game, and he had a beautiful touch and turn, and then a confident finish. So he's been doing that all season for the U23s, and it's nice to see him get a goal up here with the big boys. I did skip over a lot of questions, guys, so if I did, be sure to just ask it again. And drop a like for a Tigges goal, guys. Nice little start there. I'm not sure what our like count is at, but we appreciate the support. And be sure to subscribe if you guys are new. Let me know if you're a new subscriber around here. With the first Dortmund match of the season. Preseason match. If anyone can get Bailey, why not Damsgaard? His price is a little higher than 35 to 40 mil, but definitely a risk it can pay off. Well, a bunch of reasons. One reason is that Damsgaard is going to be at an all-time high after the incredible performance he had at the Euros. So I'm assuming he will be going over 40. Dortmund don't spend that much. That's clear and concise as it can be. On top of that, there's no guarantee that Damsgaard sees Dortmund as a preferred destination. He may, I don't know. And another reason is that Leon Bailey, for example, it could be available for 25. And Bailey brings pace that Damsgaard doesn't. Damsgaard is fast, but isn't the same kind of pace that I want personally from a winger, because it's something that we lack. How cool is it giving fans a choice for the new stadium? Brock first meant to choose between 2 options available at the shops. It's very cool, my man. The things I would do for Dumfries, I would too. It's just unfortunate that it's just not going to happen. Dumfries would be a steal. He'll probably go to Inter as a Hakimi replacement. And selling Hakimi for that price and replacing him with Denzel Dumfries at 15 mil, it's good business from Inter, man. Hello, Josh. Hope you're doing well. I just returned from work, running into your live and to see the match. Cheers, my man. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're excited to watch some of the boys back in action. Brandt had a really tough start, in my opinion, to this game, but has been directly involved in both goals. Brandt did well switching out from the cam where he started the game out to the left-hand side. Had a good assist for Knauf's opening goal of the game, and then had a nice little work-up play with Dahoud, who then found Tigges for the second one. So Brandt's finding a little bit of confidence here, so it's an opening little look there, but there's a poor ball there by our boy Dahoud there, but Angie's happy for our boy Tigges. We're excited, man. Elite Ninja says a 4-3-3 attack. Kobel in net. I agree. Mounier right back. Hummel's a Kanji Guerrero. Jude as a CM. Brandt as a CM. Royce as a cam. Gio out wing. Mullen as left wing. And Holland as striker. That's a ballsy play, man. As, of course, halftime is here, guys. Be sure to drop a like. We appreciate all the support so far. Excited to be back with you guys. But that's impressive. Elite Ninja, I'll give you that. It's impressive. It will never happen for a few reasons. I mean, one, Gio shouldn't be playing out on the wings anymore. Having both Royce and Brandt as midfielders in a 4-3-3 is and then having Jude as your defensive, you did it. You did it in the best way you could do it. But it won't work. In my opinion, if you were going to fit all 3 in, you'd have to play a 3-4-2-1. Your 2 midfielders, or your 2 holding midfielders in a 3-4-2-1 would be Witsel, defensive awareness with Brandt. And then your 2 attacking midfielders would be Gio, Royce, and then Holland would be your striker. That's the only way to do it with bringing some balance to the team. But that leaves out Jude, that leaves out Dahoud. And that's the reason I think it's going to be so hard for the 3 attacking midfielders in Gio, Brandt, and Royce to get a ton of minutes. I want Freiburg to finish 9th. Well, if you subscribe to the channel, my man, I'll put Freiburg 9th in my predictions. How's that? Does that get some convincing on your part? I don't know. I want Freiburg to play European football. Freiburg's always been a good team. They'll always compete, in my opinion. I think there's a good chance that they can get up there, especially with the Conference League coming in. Dahoud better than Brandt. I agree. Especially for the formation I think that Marco Rose is going to go with. Do you think Chelsea will end up getting Holland? Not this season. This summer, I believe he will stay another season at least with Dortmund, but will more than likely move on next season. Ronnie's here, says, hey, how are things? Last time watched your channel, you were watching Germany. You beat us in the U21 final. Ronnie, my man, good to see you again. Ronnie is Portuguese when we took them on. So you guys asked me about potential players who could be alternatives to someone like Mullen. I said Rafael Leao. So Ronnie, considering the fact that you're Portuguese, I hope you're doing well. Give me your thoughts on Rafael Leao. Let me know what your thoughts are on him, for example, playing as a winger versus a striker, because I do think he could be a look, and we were softly linked with him. We really need to spend the Sancho money this summer when the value of the players are highest. Lots of them probably going for less due to COVIDs, hangovers still. I agree, but I try to be very, very conservative about the money that I think is going to be spent. I personally believe, ideally, Berkey gets sold, Wolf gets sold, Schultz gets sold, Delaney gets sold. Not, again, for personal reasons for Delaney, but there's a chance Delaney could be sold. And then, of course, the Sancho sale. And with that, we bring in either St. Just or Halstenberg, or maybe both, but I doubt it. Halstenberg for the coverage for Nico Schultz and the backup position there. He can also play as a center back. St. Just for that pace that we desperately need in the back. Bailey to open up some other formations and pace. And Mullen to bring up other formations and pace. And he will also maybe be the Holland replacement once Holland moves on and probably next summer's time. That's my opinion. I would like to see some of those players come in. We'll have to wait and see. Isaiah is here, says, just woke up for the BBB notification. Isaiah, how you doing, my man? Let me know what your thoughts are on Gio picking up the number 7 kit, man. A lot of Americans are pretty pumped about it. Camavinga is only 30 mil too, allegedly. He'll never get Camavinga for 30 mil. There's no way. So far, I'm not impressed with Brandt because always he's used to play good as Cam. Yeah, I thought Brandt had a relatively poor start. He started out playing in the middle and he got shifted out to the wing. Royce kind of took on that central role. But then when he's playing on the wings, he was involved directly in the 2 goals. So it hasn't obviously been the worst start for Brandt, but still a little soft there. I heard Holstein Kiel and Damsgaard are interested in signing Tigges. I said Damsgaard, obviously I misread that. I was confused there. I was like, Holstein Kiel and Damsgaard, a little match made in heaven. But yes, my bad. Is interested in signing Tigges. Should we sell him or does he have a chance in the squad in 1 to 2 seasons, even though he's 22? My honest opinion, Tigges does not have a future at Dortmund. That's my honest opinion. Let me know if you guys disagree. The fact that he's 22, the fact that, in my opinion, Mukuku should always be referred to him. Mullen may come in and we still have Holland. I like Tigges, man. He's the skipper for our U23s. Did incredible there. I just don't see him ever actually getting minutes or consistent minutes. So, yes. Or if he wants to play for the U23s, keep him for this year. If not, maybe take a jump up to the second division. So, Josh, are you watching the game in German? I'm watching on Dortmund's YouTube channel. I have it muted. I'm assuming it's in German, but if it was, I couldn't understand it, so it doesn't really matter. Gruppus was impressive so far. I thought he was impressive as well. I also thought that Collins was impressive. We did get the sub, though, from the Freiburg supporter in the chat, so I might have to find a way now to strategically put him 9th for you, my man. It was a deal we made. It was for the sub. I had to do it. I feel 3 at the back fits our squad the best, and I don't mind Gio on the wing just to try him there and to try to learn more on the field, but he's going to be playing in the middle for his prime. Yeah, Gage, at the moment, with no signings coming in, meaning no Bailey, no Mullen, I agree. For me, the 3-4-2-1 is the best formation. But playing in the 3-4-2-1, that allows Gio to play as a floating cam with Royce and Hall in front of him. I still don't think Brandt or Gio should get a lot of minutes on the wings because they're not effective there. And I hope we bring in a winger so we don't have to go through that again. I'd rather see Hazard, Knauf, and of course Bailey or someone on the wing. Even put on the notifications, my man. All right, it's been promised. My Bundesliga predictions: Freiburg's going 9th. It was a deal we made, and it's believable. I'm totally down. I can totally see them getting that. Leao is not worth 25 mil. Leao is worth about 15 mil at the best, in my opinion. Young, Portuguese, dynamic. I could see him going for more than that. We need Vlahovic next summer. No one else. I've been scouting him for the past 2 seasons. I'm a fan of Vlahovic. Done very, very well for Fiorentina. I'm very curious to see who we target. But like I said, if Mullen comes in, I don't see us bringing in another striker. Gio with the fresh number 7 kit. Claudio would be proud. I think so too, man. That touch from Tigges was 6. Tom, it was. It was a beautiful, well-worked goal. Brandt did well to create a little bit of space, found Dahoud. And like we know, Dahoud could find a pass. But that touch, man, on this pitch, it was incredible. I enjoyed it. Player ratings for the first half. You guys want to put in some player ratings for the first half? I can maybe do that just before we get in there. Yo, Josh, will the best American ever, Gio Reyna, play in the second half? I'm assuming he'll come in. I'm very curious to see what happens here at halftime. If it's a wholesale of changes, which in the preseason match, it's not unexpected. But I'm assuming we'll see some good Gio minutes. I like Rosa's wings. I like Rosa's tactics. Play from the wing with crosses. A big issue I had with Marco Rosa... No, not issue. A big scare I had with Marco Rosa is that, in my opinion, his favorite formations and his best formations is 4-2-3-1, 4-3-3. So without proper wingers, I was very nervous of how this was going to do without giving him the tools he needs to be able to play this formation. So that's why I think Knauf could have a big year. I think that definitely integrates Hazard back into the team. And then, of course, I think we need a signing. We need someone like Leon Bailey. We need, like I said, it doesn't have to be Leon Bailey, but we need someone to give him the chance to play his favorite formations. But yeah, I do like the tactics too. And like I said, I assumed he was going to play with wingers. And, I mean, he's got Brandt out the wing, which I don't love. But it's a good little start here. It's not the cleanest first match you're going to find. But I've enjoyed it so far. Messi to Dortmund would be lit from a Barca fan. Messi wants to come to Dortmund, man. I mean, I would love it. Will not happen, but I would love it. Josh, do you really think Meunier will shine under Rosa? I really don't think that he will. He played well. I really don't think he played that well at the Euros. He played okay, and that match against Italy was just trash. So many misplaced passes. Yeah, and I agree. I think Meunier had a great start to the Euros, followed by 2 very poor matches. The Italy one, especially. Maybe that shot his confidence a little bit. I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see. I think that Meunier is going to be the look. And I think it's going to be very curious to see how Marco Rosa implements him. Because, I mean, if he doesn't hit the ground running, we have Emre Can who can maybe play there. Maybe Paslak, but I doubt it. And then, of course, hopefully Murray comes back. But I just don't think there's another option. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. Got some predictions coming, or some player ratings coming in. Tigges an 8.2, Knauf a 9, Brandt a 7.5. Yeah, I mean, I think Brandt, because he was involved in both goals, should be decent, but I wasn't overly impressed with him. A lot of misplayed passes, sloppy passes. Same goes as Tigges, man. Tigges was quiet the entire half. Made one good run, but he had a beautiful touch and a good finish. So, I mean, I'd give Tigges about a 7. I'd give Brandt a 7 as well. But, Josh, a new Bayern fan. Well, I'm not a Bayern fan. Are you new? I'm assuming I know that you're a Bayern fan. Schultz a 3.1. I think it's a little harsh. I give Schultz maybe a 6. I think we will play the 4-2-3-1 with Royce at his best at cam. 100% agree. Royce is a cam now, in my opinion, man. He's not that winger he used to be. Injuries and age took that away from him, which is why I think it's hard for both Brandt and Gio to get a ton of minutes this year. Unless we play a 3 at the back formation. It's gonna be interesting, man. A lot of question marks are gonna be coming up, man. Josh, let's answer it seriously. What are the multiple factors that make Messi less likely to sign at BVB? There's a 0% chance that Messi signs for Dortmund. So let's put that out there. The number one factor is that he does this all the time. He does it. I don't know what it is about Messi and not wanting to just. I don't know. It's almost like he likes a little bit of drama. He's like, please, Messi, come back. Like, we want you here. I don't know. I love Messi, but he will not leave Barca. And if he does, he won't be going to Dortmund. He'll be going to a team that can give him stupid amount of money, which we can't. So it's as simple as that. How do we know it's his preferred formation? Did he say that? It could be what's best for at Gladbach at his time with Rafinha, and at Hummels 3, the back is a lot better for both. He has said that. He prefers to play with wingers. And from watching Marco Rosa over the years, you can tell that's his preferred formation and where he gets the most out of his players. But Gage, you make a good point. Gladbach squad is different to Dortmund. And like I said, if no one else comes in, 3 at the back is by far the formation that should suit these players. Guerrero is better at a wingback. Hummels is better at a central center back formation. And without no players, Akanji plays on the left and Chan plays on the right. And then you have the options of having Royce, Gio, or Brandt for your attacking midfielders in a 3-4-2-1. You have Witzel with either with Witzel with either Dahoud or Bellingham. Hummels are in Holland up front. That is by far, in my opinion, our strongest formation. But like I said, he's admitted he wants to play with wingers. And his first game of the season, he's playing with wingers. Now, I wouldn't look too much into it, but he has said it, and he wants to play with wingers. So that is what I'm thinking, and I think that's why we want to see a potential winger come in. But saying that, he also said he wants to play a 2-striker formation. So I just think having Malen and Bailey comes in gives him options to play that. But it is noted that his favorite formation is a 4-2-3-1/4-3-3. Best of Word. Do you remember me? I remember you, my man. How can I forget a name like that? Arsenal are losing, LOL. Well, what's new? Thoughts on Delaney, who will leave us soon. Again, in my opinion, is if Delaney gets sold, it's because a deal wasn't to be done. Dortmund need to raise some funds to be able to pull in someone like a Malen and a Bailey. But again, guys, this is just my opinion. So if you disagree, feel free to put it in the comments. If you think that Delaney will be sold and then a central midfielder will be replaced, let me know. I personally don't. What did you think of Sancho in England? I feel bad. Plus, he has medical today. Yeah, I felt pretty upset for Sancho. I thought the penalty selection was ridiculous. The reason Saka was 5th, I'll never know. I don't know why a 19-year-old with no penalty experience in the biggest game of his life. I mean, put him 3rd, or don't put him at all. I don't know what players were doing that allowed that. I think that was just ridiculous. It sucks for Sancho. I felt bad for him. But in my opinion, all 3 were very poorly taken penalties. Good height for a keeper to make a guess and make a save. Can Hazard play at right wing back? He can. He shouldn't. He does it for Belgium. It's a very different kind of formation, and he actually plays as the left wing back. But Hazard is not a fullback. I don't want to see him have defensive awareness to his game because it's not his strengths. Hazard, in my opinion, is best in a 4-2-3-1, playing as a right attacking mid because he's very good at drilling in crosses, which I think Haaland will eat up all day. So, no, I don't think Marco Rose should rely on him playing as a wingback. Would you sign Sabitzer as a Delaney replacement, or would you prefer someone else? I wouldn't sign anyone for a Delaney replacement, and I don't think they will. And I wouldn't sign Sabitzer. Sabitzer is not a Delaney replacement because he plays a lot higher up the pitch. Sabitzer to me is an 8, but can play as a 10. Delaney is a 6. So my opinion is that we won't replace him, and the money will go to bringing in a winger. Paslak should be loaned out, maybe to Brentford. I don't think we're going to loan him out because we don't know what the right back position will entail. Any new updates on the Malen deal? No, but guys, once we see what happens, once the Sancho deal is done and dusted, get ready to see what happens, because I think some domino effects are going to play. It looks like the guys are getting ready though for the second half. We'll see if there's any movement from the bench. Royce needs to play as a cam role, period. He seems to be the healthiest. The last time he played as a true cam was his best year of his career, German Footballer of the Year, and we almost won the league. Gage, I wholeheartedly agree. And again, it's the number one reason why it's going to be very hard for the Brants and Gios of the team to get a lot of minutes. But it looks like there's wholesale changes here. A lot of young players coming in. Very interesting to see. Josh, if you finish 9th, do you get European football? I believe you do. No, maybe not. I can't remember. I think you get the Conference League. I could be wrong. It could be capped at 8th, but I believe you might get Conference League. Some thoughts on BBB 2017 with Aubameyang, Dembele, Royce, Castro, Rhoda, Bartra, Ramos, Sahin, Paslak. To present ever, even those names aren't big. I loved it. I like that team. My favorite squad was the 2018-19 one. The 4-2-3-1, Marco Royce at your cam, Alcacer as your striker. That was the team I don't know. I fell in love. I got to watch them live, which obviously important to me. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. That was the team that always kind of spoke to me. But wholesale changes, I can't even tell you who's on the pitch. This right now. I'm gonna go on foot mode and just kind of get a look here. But I believe all 11 players were changed. But I don't know if foot mode has the actual lineup. It does. Sweet. But foot mode had it right. Foot mode had the 4-2-3-1 lined up, so good for them. They're not usually very good at that. A lot of names coming on here. They don't have any of the numbers right, though. Did anyone know if Gio's on the pitch? Because I didn't see any of the subs going on here. Dortmund tweeted it. All right, Producer T says that there's a tweet of the starting lineup. No Gio. So Gio's not on the pitch. I'm trying to ping it together. Who's on the pitch right now? Because I didn't see it, but... we can get that 2 kid, 1 Polish kid, and 1 from Hamburg. Onuna, maybe a young investment as a Delaney replacement would be preferred. But even my first little looks at this young squad, it does look like they're still playing in a 4-2-3-1. which I think is very curious. And a good little look there. Immediately, we're going to see a hit from distance and just over the net. But I think that really indicates what's up there. It's a nice shot there by Toby Rashel, who, like I said, if Delaney gets sold, I think Toby Rashel will have a good little look here to have some chances in the main squad. But we are still playing as a 4-2-3-1 right now. And Producer T comes in clutch with the lineup. And Papadopoulos is out there. Rashel's out there. Fry is out there. And I'm excited to see Emmanuel Fry as we see him on the ball right now. I'm a big fan of Emmanuel Fry, the young Dutchman. I don't know how much game time and if he will even stay, but he and Knauf really impressed me last preseason. Emmanuel Fry went on loan to get some experience, and I'm excited to see him. I believe he's got a different kit number on though. He was number 33 last year for Dortmund before he got moved on. It looks like he's playing number 56. But a lot of young players in this second half. Which player stands out to you guys out of the young ones on the pitch right now? Because Emmanuel Fry to me is the one I'm going to be keeping an eye on, as he does have a nice ball, but because I'm a big fan of him. Scored a couple goals for us too last preseason, and unfortunately got moved on. But Mark says basically watching Toby and Reyna if he gets subbed in. Toby Rashel, but guys, keep an eye on Emmanuel Fry. Keep an eye on Emmanuel Fry. This is a player I'm familiar with. He's a player who I think has something to prove. I still think it's a big long shot for him to actually stay in, but he's someone who impresses me quite a bit. He just had a poor ball in there, but best Dortmund kit of all time, the blackout kit for me, no question. Let me know which one you guys like though. Any kits that's your favorite? Do you have one you prefer? The blackout or the neon kit? Yeah, Producer T bought the neon kit. He was one of the lucky ones to be able to get it right away. It looks great. I do like the neon kit, but for me, the blackout kit is something else. I also like the 2010 home kit. Oh, that's a nice ball again. Really utilizing the wingers here in the 4-2-3-1, which is impressive, especially for this young team. This young second half squad has come out, in my opinion, a lot less sloppy than the first half team did. But they're definitely playing the 4-2-3-1. Wingers are being utilized very nicely. And yeah, my eyes are on Emmanuel Fry and Toby Rashel right now. I wanted to buy the blackout kit, but sold out really fast. Yeah, before the channel, I was a little cheap, so I knew I wasn't gonna get it, but I don't know. I had a feeling it'd be too hard to get, and I just was like, whatever. But I'm a little mad at myself because it's my all-time favorite kit. It was incredible. The pinstripe Dortmund kit's a nice one. The 2012-13 one, third jersey's a nice one. Best kit was last year's Bumblebee kit. It's an interesting choice. Rashel reminds me of Tony Cruz for some reason, but a faster version. It's a very high praise of young Toby Rashel. I like it. I mean, he's a very good passer, which I guess you could relate to Tony Cruz. I think they're a little bit different players, but I'm surprised he's actually not wearing the armband. I wanted to buy the blackout kit, but it sold out really fast. Yeah. I mean, it did sell out very fast. I didn't look at it though. The 2020 home kit was sick. It's a good one. It was a good one. Josh, when did you start following Dortmund? I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard me say this on the channel. You guys can let me know when you started following them, but my answer is kind of two. I started following Dortmund back in FIFA 2006. So I have German in my background. It's my biggest background. I believe my family came from like the Stuttgart type area in Germany. So I always knew German was in my background. So when I started playing FIFA and did a career mode back in 2006, I picked the German league for obvious reasons. And then I liked Dortmund's logo. My family, no one ever gave me any indication of who to support because no one in my family knows anything about the game. So I kind of found them all on my own. Started watching them in the 2009-2010 season consistently. And yeah, just fell in love with them. Liked everything about them. Mario Gießen was my first favorite player at the team. Nice little rush there. Nice save. And then, of course, when Royce came in, became my all-time favorite player. Captain, loyalty, everything you want in a player, man. Nice little nutmeg there. And yeah, and then I went to a game live in the 2018-19 season. One of the coolest things I've ever done. And then me and Producer T, during COVID, started this channel. And we do stuff with Borussia Dortmund. Obviously, you guys might have seen us on their Twitch. We have a fun project we're working on them with. And yeah, so it's been quite the little journey here. And I appreciate all the support you guys have shown us so far on the channel as we head into JJD TV Year 2. So if you guys are just joining us, be sure to subscribe. It obviously helps the channel a lot for finding other Dortmund fans. And drop a like on the video for the second half. As the kids are looking good. A nice little hit there for a little first attack for Dortmund. I'm expecting a Manuel Frey goal. I followed them since their existence. It's fair. It's fair. Papadopoulos is the son of Socrates. I think you're joking. But I'm a United fan. Thanks for Sancho. Yeah, I mean, I'm sad. But, I mean, it was inevitable. I knew it was coming. I hope Sancho does well. But hopefully we replace him properly. Looks like there's an injury coming up here, though, and probably a substitution to come. I followed Dortmund because they wore yellow. Well, their yellow badge caught my attention, so I can relate. Alex says, I was born in the year they won the UEFA Champions League and started following them at the age of 5. It's a young age. You probably have some footballing fans in the family. Being Canadian, I did not, so I had to wait a little bit longer to discover them playing FIFA, because my family could care less. They're a little more into it now because, you know, it's what I'm trying to do as a career, but beforehand they just don't know too much. I was born in the year before Klopp took over. Nice, nice. Is Producer T your family? He's not my family, pretty much family. He's my best friend. We've known him since I was 3, so hang out with him more than I hang out with family. Became a fan back in 2014 when my brother was watching Arsenal versus Dortmund. I went for Dortmund because the black and yellow is my favorite color. I feel like color did have a big aspect on, like, worldwide fans. Seems like a weird reason, but a lot of people tell me during that Real Madrid and Dortmund game where we won in the semifinals when the Lewy 4 goals, a lot of people saw, like, who is this black and yellow team? And why are they beating Real Madrid? So that's what a lot of people tell me. A lot of people also tell me it was when they made it to the Champions League final, when they played Bayern in the final, they picked up a lot of fans, which is great for the brand and themselves. Everyone's got a different story, which is a big reason why I enjoy this channel. I enjoy hearing a lot about it. As we come together today to watch a lot of the young guns. Who's your guys' best player in the first half, though? Let me know. I'm curious to see if any of you guys do pick Brandt, because I thought Brandt was kind of poor, but was obviously directly involved in both goals. I'm not really sure if someone really stood out to me. I did like Collins' play. I thought Dahoud was decent as always, even though the pitch was a little challenging on him. Dortmund have 0 speed. What the F is this? Well, I definitely disagree, considering 2 or 3 chances they've already had came from wing play. Long balls, finding the wingers, seems to speed to me. I mean, a lot of these players I'm not overly familiar with. A lot of them are young players. A lot of them is my first time keeping an eye on them, but Dortmund's main squad lacks speed. I definitely agree. But there's a nice ball there. That's why I said Mullen, St. Just, and Bailey is a dream. So much speed would be injected in this team. Who's your favorite player from the BBB2 squad? For me, it was Ansgar Knauf. I just loved him. And if you're talking about this current team, then it's Emmanuel Frey. If Emmanuel Frey ends up staying. Emmanuel Frey, Ansgar Knauf caught my attention last preseason. Huge fan of both. And I would like to see Emmanuel Fry stay. I know it might be for selfish reasons because I don't know if he'll ever really get that look. But he could be playing for our U23s and have a big role. When we were in last February 2015, I cried every day. I miss Klopp and Aubameyang. Yeah, I do too. I do too. We got a corner kick coming up though. Sam says Collins. I think that's a great pick for the player of the first half. I think that's a very good pick. Aubameyang and Royce, what a deal. Yeah, I have a lot of love for Aubameyang. Sucks the way he left though. Nicely defended corner. Oh, Toby Rachel. What movement. I liked it. Oh, man. And that's why I said, man, I have a feeling with the depth we have right now with Chan, Witsel, Dahoud, Bellingham, if we sell Delaney, we could still drop Brandt a little bit deeper in certain formations if we keep him. And, of course, I think Toby Rachel could have a real look at the squad and showed some of the movement he can do. Very good on the ball there. No one in my family watches football. Read that after the corner. Coming in, defended very well. No one in my family watches football. I'm from the US. Got an Xbox 2013. Came in. Royce was my favorite player in the game, so I started following him. Yeah, a lot of the North American fans I feel will have some similar stories in terms of using a video game to find some love, which it's cool, man. It's a beautiful thing about this sport. We got people watching from all over the world, fans from all over the world. And yeah, me growing up in a North American market, you had to do it that way. If you didn't have any family members who gave a crap about the game in itself. Will you do a FIFA 22 career mode with the second team? Man, I like that idea. Maybe. We'll have to see what the rules are, because obviously the second team, I don't know if you can be in the same league as the first team, but that's a good look. We are going to try to stream a little bit more on our Twitch channel, guys. So we do have a FIFA 21 career mode going on. I've been notoriously slow in doing it, but juggling some stuff around. We're going to try to stream a little bit more. I do want to celebrate Dahoud's contract extension with a Dahoud player mode. And then for FIFA 22, yeah, options are open. Depending on what you guys want to see will be some of the content we try to do. I still don't remember that Malaga game in 2013. Yeah, very iconic game. One of the coolest moments I remember falling in love with this team, man. Rachel's running the game. He's a hybrid of Tony and Brandt. He is, man. I've been impressed with him so far in this opening frame as well. Rangers or Celtic? Who do you prefer? For me, Celtic. For me, probably Rangers. I don't really have a big preference, but growing up in my time following them, Celtic dominated, so naturally you want to see someone else win. And I like Stevie G. Tough foul there, though. Santana. Madrid or Barca? For me, Barca. Simply because I don't like Real Madrid that much. I don't mind Barca, and I watched them live. I went to Barca to watch a game live. Saw Messi score, so clearly, connection there. I found out the Bundesliga existed because of FIFA. I thought it was a Dutch league when I found it. Interesting, Isaiah. I like it. Nice movement there on the wings, though. Definitely outruns a foul, but defended very well in the end. Speaking of Rachel, he finally is able to fit the first team. If Delaney is sold, then yeah, I think that's a plan. I don't think we're going to spend money in replacing him. That's a nice ball there. I believe it is onside. Oh, went for the little touch. Got taken out there. Rachel looks amazing. He's levels above everyone else on the field. Ooh, that was a tough one. He's back up, man. Drop a like though, guys, if you are just joining us. Subscribe if you are new, and if you're a new sub, say hello. Curious to see where you guys are watching from today. But yeah, I'm a fan of Rachel, man, and that's why I said we need some money being injected into a center back, into a winger, and in my opinion, into Mullen. And if we can sell Delaney and promote Toby Rachel to give him some minutes going forward, then I think that's a good little look, and I think that's an option that they may go with. I just break my leg. Jude Bellingham playing? He is not. If you're not a massive fan of the U23s or some of the younger players in the Dortmund system, you probably won't recognize a lot of the players on the pitch. But none of the big boys whatsoever are on the field right now. I think the only real option who could come on would be Gio. And I wouldn't be surprised if he comes on a little bit later, but because all these players are pretty young. Emmanuel Fry is one who sticks out to me. I'm familiar with. But a lot of these guys I am watching for the first time. I guess I'm mainly going to play with the 4-2-3-1, so I don't see him getting major role, especially if Brandt is in good shape. If you're talking about Rashel, he won't get a lot of looks, but he will be a depth player. Even if you had Delaney there and you replace him with Rashel, I mean it's hard for them to get minutes. So you might as well give him to a younger player who's going to develop rather than Thomas Delaney, who's very well in his prime and has some good years remaining and wants to get minutes. Poor pass there, though. Noel Maloney, this is a disgrace. Maloney was another one I really wanted to see, man. He's a young American. We signed him from Union Berlin. And he was very vital last season in their 3-4, 1-2 formation. And I'd like to see him get some minutes and looks up here. But, yeah, I was hoping he would be in today. So that's a good shout, my man. Can Thorgan Hazard play as a right wing back? I mean, he plays for a left wing back as Belgium. So my opinion is no. He does play as a left wing back for Belgium. A very unorthodox position for an attacking midfielder. And it's a very different looking type of system that Roberto Martinez plays. And it's also for tournaments, which is different, man. He does it over a couple games in a team that's very good. I don't think we should ever rely on our boy Thorgan Hazard to play a defensive role. I've seen him do it once for Dortmund, and he actually did play well, but he's not a defensive player. He's an attacker. He's a winger. He should be playing as a right attacking mid in a 4-2-3-1 for his best formation. So do not bank on the fact that he will be playing as a right back, because I'd prefer Meunier. I'd even prefer Paslak than seeing Thorgan Hazard get stuck back there. That's my opinion. What a shame for Transfermarkt to estimate Toby's market value at 700K. Well, hopefully he'll show it up this year, man. And if, like I said, Delaney leaves and we don't replace him, which, like I said, I don't think we should, he could get some looks. Matty D has joined us, member here on the channel. Hope you're doing well, my man. Matty D entered into our kit contest from being a member here on the channel. It's good to see. Just got on, BVB up by 2. Yep, they had a relatively strongish starting 11. Some young, talented players along with some of the other big hitters. Here comes Emmanuel Fry. Oh, it's a heavy touch. I want to see Emmanuel Fry. That was my prediction. I feel like he's going to net one. But, yeah, Brandt had a couple nice touches in a lackluster kind of first half. But that's a poor touch, man. Emmanuel Fry, a little rusty there. I love Toby. I really hope that he can break into the main team, even a starting 11. But I know that's hard to imagine. Toby, Jude, and Mo in our midfield. That's something that could be in the future. I think Toby will get a lot of looks in the first team, but as a bench player, I don't think, nor should we expect him to be a starter. And I think that Witzel will have a big role. Bellingham, Dahoud, depending on the formation, Brandt. And we also have Emery Chan, guys, so let's not forget, we'll always, for some reason, start games, man. So, and we still have Delaney right now, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think Delaney's destined to leave. It's a nice ball there. Shot from distance, but collected by the keeper. Toby deserves $1 million. Well, hopefully he'll get some more looks and can prove Transfermarkt what's up. As we go into the 66th minute, I want to see Gio come on with that number 7 kit, man. I think FIFA can do some same thing Pez did with the Euro game mode, where it was for 2 straight games. I didn't even see what Pez did. I know that they had rights to the Euros, though. AR9 says sell Delaney and Chan. AR9 wants to be the transfer man behind BBB, but it's not gonna happen, my guy. Delaney will. Chan will not leave Dortmund. They rate Chan highly, which I don't. But I don't mind Emre Chan. He's got versatility. He's a decent player. He's too inconsistent for my liking, and I don't think he should be trusted in the middle of the park. I think having Witsel in there with Delaney or with Bellingham and De Hood is so much better than having Emre Chan in there. Oh, take a look. Oh, it's so nicely done to find Emmanuel Fry. Emmanuel Fry, finish it off. He doesn't even finish it off, but it was offside. We can have two midfielders, so just move Emre Chan to the right back spot. Luka, I mean, I agree. If Meunier doesn't do it right away, I would look for Chan out there. I don't trust Chan anywhere else on the pitch besides right back. And arguably, my next position for him is in a back three as an outside right back, or an outside right center back. Chan is the most air-prone player on the pitch. I agree. 100%, man. I agree. I don't trust Chan on the pitch. He's got to play in a specific type of role. And it's not every game, because Emre Chan has had a lot of good games this season. He is versatile, which is helpful, but it just, I don't know, man. He's not a player for me. And I'd like to push him outside because I feel like as a right outside center back or a right back, he can do it because he's an athletic player. He's very fast. He does have some defensive awareness to his games. And keeping him on the outside is less apt to take some of those poor fouls. Got some nice build-up play here. Shot from distance. Chan always costs Dortmund in the big games. Remember both Man City games. It's a fair point. I wouldn't say every big game, but Emre Chan has had some big mess-ups, man. Chan brought something that we didn't have. Yes, he's inconsistent, but if you remember him before we had him, we played so soft. With him, he brought a dog mentality. That is one of Emre Chan's best attributes. I still don't think it outweighs the... I don't think that benefit outweighs the negatives. I think that Chan does bring a different dimension, but I just still think it's not worth it. I think we play better without Emre Chan on the pitch. That's my opinion. I know a lot of you guys probably disagree with it, but I know Angie. I think Angie's a big fan of Emre Chan. And Angie does say, I like the meanness Chan brings, and I do agree. And I'm not trying to take too many shots at Emre Chan because he has had a lot of good, vital games for Dortmund. He absolutely has. He has been a good player, versatile player, but he's given too much up. And like AR9 has said, it's been in big games. And I trust him mostly, like I said, as the outside right center back or a right back. When are you going to do an interview with Nobi? I don't know. I don't know, my man. I've got to wait and see. Rachel has a Richarlison cut. I haven't seen the camera get too far close to him, but Rachel, in my opinion, has been the best player on the pitch in the second half. And I think it's showing that he can maybe take a step. He's all over the pitch, man. He drops deep. He can go up the pitch. I can see his cut now. I do see it. Weigl was so much better than Emre Chan. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. What do you guys think? Would you prefer to keep Weigl or do you like Emre Chan? In my opinion, I was excited that Emre Chan was coming in, but he was a very different player than what I thought I was getting. That dog mentality gave away key fouls in a pen. Yep, and that's why a lot of the fan base doesn't prefer him. It's the reason I don't really prefer him. It's a nice little look there. Angie prefers Chan. Nice little look, but just over the net. Weigl's time was numbered. It was. I don't think... It did surprise me that it happened in January. Weigl, for Dortmund, especially the couple of the seasons he had, I mean, he was a better player. But once Thomas Tuchel left, Weigl kind of went down. So, I mean, the move didn't surprise me all that much. Sometimes awkward seeing it happen in January and then seeing Haaland come in for Paco. But hey, in knockout tournaments, the Champions League, the Pokal, we use a 3-4-2-1 base formation, left wing back, if Guerrero was injured for those games. I mean, maybe. I mean, I think if we go up against a really good opposition, Thorgan Hazard will get burned playing as a wing back. I wholeheartedly agree that, I guess, because guess what? He's an attacking player. It's as simple as that. And I don't think he's ever had a glorious game playing for Belgium as a wing back. I don't know. That's not true. I guess that's not true. He has had really good games for Belgium playing as a wing back, but it's an interesting question, and maybe it's worth a look. I wouldn't personally do it, but I'm not the coach. Gonna go for a shot from distance. Oh. Was Emmanuel Fry. I liked it. Chan over Weigl, 100%. Chan is good, but clumsy sometimes. I agree with that. Mark says this game is boring. There's a lot of youngsters out there, man. It's just a good little look to see if some of these young kids can get a shot at the main squad. And for me, Rachel and Emmanuel Fry are my big guys. And the two connect right there. Oh, Fry with a nice turn. He's going to go for a shot. No, he's not. He's going to have some fun. Nice shot, and it was a nice save as well. I watched some of the Benfica game this season, and Weigl wasn't that good. I had a few Benfica fans telling me that as well. That even at Liga NOS, he's not really doing it. Nice ball out wide, and collected well in the end. The cheap Nike nets, though. If Dortmund sell Weigl for 15 mil to Benfica, then Dortmund can easily get 20 mil from Chan to Galatasaray or Fenerbahce. I agree. They could. I don't think they will, though. I think Chan, you could easily get 20 mil for Chan. We're going to see a little defensive awareness there. Nice little cut up. Oh! And it's 2-1. I think the flag went up, though. And it did. It was a nice finish, though. What did Adrian from Rabona TV say about Weigl? I have not asked him about Weigl, to be honest. It was other Benfica fans on Twitter that the discussion came up and they were telling me their opinions. But we are up 2-0, guys. We are late, so be sure to drop a like on the channel if you haven't done so already. And let's hope that Gio Reyna can come out here in the last 15. I don't know if they're going to or not. Doesn't really look like it. But I'd like to see Gio towards the end here. Let's get that number 7 out here. I also do want to see Emmanuel Fry goal. That is my number 1 thing I want to see here. Oh, but does so well. Oh, nice little effort there. Went through 3 guys. Oh, that was tough. All these subs and no Reyna. Yeah, I mean, Reyna did have some international matches, so maybe that had some effect on it. But Fry should pass. I think Emmanuel Fry is looking to impress. Emmanuel Fry, like I said, I think he's someone that is a little bit a step above some of the other players on the pitch today. I think he's looking this for an opportunity to show Dortmund what's what. But he has been a little bit selfish time to time today. He wants to score a goal. He wants to impress. He has lacked that final touch. It's tough. In the start of the 17-18 season, I was always saying that Weigl and De Hood was the best duo in the midfield. De Hood has had the odd look for Dortmund, but really wasn't given a fair shot until, of course, the Sevilla game where he just decided to blow up. And I loved it. But, yeah, Weigl's time quickly disappeared. Quickly disappeared. It is interesting. Who do you guys think is the best player in the pitch so far here in the second match? Or the second half? A lot of you guys think Collins was the best in the first half, and I do agree with that. For me, I'm gonna say Rachel. I don't think a lot of you guys will disagree. I think Emmanuel Fry has had some good looks, but I think he's been a little bit too selfish in this match so far. Just probably should have passed when he should have, or passed when he should have shot, or shot when he should have passed. He's overthinking it because he wants to impress, which you can understand. But he has been good. There's no questioning that. Fry has been good in this game. You can see his quality. But I think Toby Raschel's pretty much dominated this game. John has joined us, says, Josh, who wins Sunday's game, US or Canada, and why will it be the US? I think Canada's going to win. I think that the US team looks all out of sorts. Poirier went down as well. They don't have any natural wingers in their 4-3-3 they want to play. I don't know if they are going to switch up the formation. I was really impressed. Well, I was half impressed with Canada's squad. But I think Tajon Buchanan, Kyle Larin, we have some killers on that team. And I think we'll stack up pretty nicely against you. But it wouldn't surprise me if it was a 0-0 or 1-1 draw. But I have a feeling Canada, if there's going to be a winner, it will fall to them. Me being very biased, of course. But a couple of you guys are saying that Fry was the best player on the pitch. And I wouldn't be against it. Nice little look there. And they're fighting their way back into it. I mean, the second half kids have been all right so far. Reyna has just come back Saturday, had his medical checkout, COVID test. Hasn't really had time to train. Yep. And I assumed a lot of the players who played some international games, especially everyone at the Euros, wasn't going to get a look. Now, Gio only played a couple of the Nation Leagues game. Gio didn't have near as many minutes as, of course, some of the players from the Euros were. So I was surprised to see he was even included. But I thought because he was included, maybe he would get some minutes. But it's not looking like it, as another sub came in for Dortmund, and it's not Gio. Gio isn't available. Gio is available. He's on the bench. But it doesn't look like he's going to get any minutes. Dahoud is our next kill. I mean, I would love to see that. It's a nice ball. A lot of movement from the wings today, which has been interesting. Yeah, Gio was lifted on the he has been listed on the bench. But yeah, a nice thing I've noticed playing in this 4-2-3-1, which again, guys, this is a formation I said that Marco Rosa, I assume, wanted to play the most. Now, this is only the first preseason match, but last year watching Lucien Favre have a couple matches, each formation changed each half. Oh, this one has been pretty consistent. This one has been a 4-2-3-1. We've been utilizing the wings. Looks like we got some pretty fast wingers in this young squad as well. Emmanuel Fry is playing as a cam, which I think he looks very good at. Look at Toby Raschel. Fighting his way through. Josh, you don't have enough depth. Turn into world-class talent at that left wing back position. Yes. Well, we have Guerrero there, so we have class at our left wing back position. Guerrero's gonna play most of the game anyways, so that's why, like I said, going for someone like Gosens is not smart. You'll spend money for someone who's talented who will be on the bench. Looking at someone like Halstenberg, a cheap 8 mil replacement for getting rid of Schultz, that's fine. But our left back isn't an issue right now. I mean, I would like to flip Nico Schultz because we don't need him and find someone younger or someone with experience like Halstenberg. But we do. I mean, we have depth. We have two left backs. That's fine. If Guerrero goes down, we have Nico Schultz. But I'm not a fan of him. I don't think. Oh, look at Toby Raschel once again winning the ball back. He's been everywhere today, man. Toby Raschel has been the best player, I think, in general for the majority of this game. But yeah, I mean, I would say we have depth. I think the left back position is fine. But if we sell Nico Schultz, then there goes our depth. We need another left back, which is why Halstenberg may be preferred if we can pull off the deal to St. Just. Bro, Gosens is worth at least 30. I 100% agree. It's why a lot of you guys have asked me, will we target Gosens? Gosens will not sell from 12 to 15 mil. AR9. Not a chance. But here's a free kick. I hope he goes for goal. He did. Gosens will sell for 30 mil, man. He had an unbelievable campaign for Atalanta. He had a great campaign for Germany in the Euros. 12 to 15 mil is cheap. But even if it was 12 to 13 mil, it's not money we need to invest in. We don't need another left wing back. He's the exact same type of player as Guerrero. A very attacking fullback. We don't need one. We need a young left back if we sell Schultz, or we need someone like Halstenberg who can play a variety of positions and be coverage for Guerrero, because Guerrero will start as many games as we see fit. Does Rashel play 6 or 10 right now? He's playing, we're playing in a 4-2-3-1. He's playing as a defensive midfielder, so technically a 6, but he's the more attacking of the two. He's been going forward, so you can arguably call him an 8. Emmanuel Fry is playing as our 10 right now. Emmanuel Fry's been good too. He's been drifted out on the wings, trying to connect the play. Rashel and him have been pretty fun to watch as they connect once again here. A filthy footwork in the box. That was very pleasing on the eyes. But did well. But Atalanta will not sell Gozens for 12 to 15. The stream did just skip. The free kick was coming and then it disappeared. But we got another free kick coming up. What would be the best scenario for Dortmund signing this summer? And immediately nailed it right under. I 100% agree with that. My best case scenario for Dortmund this summer, guys, and let me know if you agree. This is my best case / reality. I'm trying to come up with ways that we can get money coming into the club, as well as realistic players to sign and players to go out. For me, realistically, I want to see Berkey be sold, Marius Wolf being sold, Nico Schultz being sold. I don't want to see Delaney, but I see Delaney being sold. And then, of course, Jadon Sancho was already sold. That was a good free kick, though. And drilled in the back of the net. 3-0 for the boys. That was a nice little finish by the kids. Oh, it did not go in? Okay, well, I'm blind. He's getting a second chance and a horrible finish. I'm not sure what just happened here. Does that not look like they went in the net? They go in the side net? Oh, wow. I thought that went in. Clearly my eyes are deceiving me there. And there's no, I don't know, okay. What happened here? Did this not go in the net? I'm so confused. Offside? Offside. Okay. But, yeah, my ideal, those are my ideal sells. And then my ideal signings would be probably, if we sell Nico Schultz, we have to sign Halstenberg for depth. On top of that, I would love to see us pull off a Halstenberg and St. Juice signing if we sell all those players. And then Bailey, and then Mullen. But AR9 has a good point. Dortmund will never pay $250 a week for Mullen. Yes, but we don't know what the final deal will be. So there's going to be a breaking point to figure it out. And if not, then maybe we just don't sign another striker. Maybe we do end up promoting Tigges, and we give Mukuku a lot of minutes as well. Wouldn't be my ideal option because I think that will bite us in the butt. But we'll have to see. But I still see the Mullen deal getting done at some point. It's probably not going to be at $250 a week. But yeah, that was a goal. I thought my eyes were deceiving me, but it was offside. Can you do some interaction sessions on your Discord? It feels dead sometimes. We can do that. We can pick it back up. The off season was a little quiet. It's time to get the team fired back up for the season. So you guys have been mentioning that for me. I need to look into it more. I'm not overly knowledgeable about what to do in Discord. But a lot of you guys said that we can do voice sessions and stuff. So maybe we'll try to do that a little bit more as well. And even try to get some of you guys actually on the channel to get some of you guys' opinions on transfers and stuff like that. I heard that Mullen wants $6 million a year. That's possible to pay for us. AR9, being a Bayern fan, very passionate about the businesses here at Dortmund. But I'm not sure where he's getting that information from. But I don't see us letting Mullen slip through our hands. I don't. When Dortmund paid any player $250K a week, AR9, you're spitting out numbers. You don't know that's what's gonna happen. And it's not going to happen. We'll find Mullen on a realistic deal. I don't know where you're getting the 250 from. But that's definitely not what they're going to sign Mullen for. They're going to get him for a deal that makes sense for both the player and the club. Or it's not going to happen. But a lot of you guys do not enjoy the Mullen and agent, the Renola players. You guys, and I understand why. But we're going to have to wait and see. We're going to have to wait and see what happens here. I still want a winger. And if the Mullen deal doesn't go through, it doesn't go through. But I think it will. As the free kick's coming up here. 3 minutes left in this match. That was a atrocious free kick. Halstenberg, St. Just, Baku, Neuhaus, Thuram. Angie knows that some of those are not realistic. Halstenberg, in my opinion, could be realistic. And St. Just. We could pull off both. Especially if we flip Nico Schultz. We're going to have to see. But yeah, Neuhaus and Thuram, in my opinion, will not happen. I don't see Gladbach doing business with us. Neuhaus is too expensive. Angie's just saying that she enjoys the player, which I do as well. But I don't think we need him. Thuram's an interesting one. 25 mil for him. Can play as a striker, can play in the wings. Not a bad look. But again, I don't think Gladbach's going to do business with us. We pissed them off. We ruined their season by taking Marco Rosa. Why would they want to sell us one of their best players? They sold us Hazard in the past. Hasn't worked out in their favor. We stole their manager from them. I don't know. Yeah, 6 mil a year, totals 115. Yeah, I don't know where AR9's getting the information from, but they're not gonna pay Mullen $250 a week. I could see something around 100, but we'll have to see. Hit from distance, nice. That was a nice hit. I think it was a save in the end. Josh, here's a squad: Kobel, Rafa, Hummels, Akanji, Meunier, Dahoud, Bellingham. 3 floating cams. Reina, Royce, Brandt, Hazard, Holland. No. You can't do 3 floating cams. We got a corner coming in. If you're asking me without signings coming in, oh, that's a tough tackle. Gonna be a yellow card coming up there. You can only pull off 2 floating cams, and it's in the 4-3-2-1. So white, it would be Kobel, Meunier, Akanji, Hummels, Guerrero. It would be Bellingham. It would be beautiful 3. It'd be Bellingham, Witzel, and Dahoud. And then it would be 2 floating cams, which would be either Royce and then either Brandt or Gio, and then it would be Holland as your striker. So obviously rules out a lot of players as well. You could also play in your 3-4-2-1 with 2 floating cams. But Brandt, Royce, and Gio will not be in the pitch to start a game. Nice little ball there. Oh, a dink from Manuel Fry. Coming in the last couple minutes here. Thuram would be a good signing man, but I don't think it's going to happen. If 250 is the number, it's not a value for Dortmund. No, it's not. Yeah, AR9 is having fun today. I think can't tell if sometimes he's just playing with us. But AR9, a lot of what you are saying is like FIFA numbers. Like if we're gonna do a career mode, a lot of your targets, I would agree. But I mean, show me AR9. Show me the article that says Mullen wants 250 a week, because I've not seen that whatsoever. But that is the game today. First game of the season under Marco Rosa. Clearly played in a 4-2-3-1 setup. And some good things to take away. We'll have a 5 takeaways video pop up after this. A lot of young players, a lot of good looks, couple good performances. Let me know what you guys thought of that. You guys, I mean, the second half was kind of boring. A lot of you guys did say that, but yeah, I don't know. It was a good little look there, guys. It was a fun little look to open up our season. There'll be a lot more streams to come. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. We have a nice little debate going on right now of how much Mullen's going for. But yes, no club in the world will give Mullen 250. Great stream. Thanks for entertaining us. Not a problem, my friends. I hope you guys did enjoy the stream. It was excited to be back for some Dortmund content for the watch long. The 5 takeaways video will come up as soon as we can get it up. But we appreciate you guys tuning in today. We'll have some fun Dortmund content to come. A lot more watch longs to come as well. You guys were a lot of fun to tune in with. Hope you guys enjoyed the day, enjoyed the stream. Be sure to drop a like on the way out if you haven't already. And be sure to subscribe and help us. We're creeping in on 5K, guys. We're creeping in on 5K. But cheers, guys. We appreciate you tuning in. We'll talk to you guys soon.